Yeah, Sean's not gonna like that introduction because there's more stakes, and we're gonna have to talk about it for a little bit, just like last time. But guys, thank you for tuning in with another episode with the Comics Menu. Today we have two awesome guests and three hosts. Obviously we have Cesar on here, but I'm fresh back from my little mini vacation. And hey guys, how you doing? Um, without any further ado, Cesar, introduce yourself. You
My
know.
name is Cesar D. Morales, also known as the Dracula's Wolf on Instagram. I'm a nice guy and cool. Thank you.
Dude, what the hell? Look, ever
Who
since
cares, man? Everybody knows who I am. Jeez, I'm the dude
nah,
that doesn't read. That's what I'm known for. The guy who doesn't read.
nah,
Sorry, sorry,
those are
Sean.
facts.
Sean has some awesome fucking stories, and I don't read any of them.
Sean's right here. We're talking about the man. He has a couple of things we want to talk about. So Sean, introduce yourself real quick and let the people know. And don't be like Caesar, so dull and annoying. I mean, yeah.
Jerk ass. What's up, James? What's up, man?
I don't know how to follow any of that. I'm Sean Forney. I draw and color comic books, and I've got this Scarlet Huntress book that's on my shirt that Caesar doesn't read. So there you go.
That sucks, man. It's like, but I love the concept, but I just don't fucking read.
You know what? In talking about that, Caesar's always like, oh, this and that. I don't read. But you know what thing he never buys, even if it's a pretty cover, is some of Marat's work. I'm gonna put you on blast, Marat. This guy has nothing, owns anything yours, and whatever he did, he sold it.
It's okay. I'm trying to figure out if Caesar doesn't read or doesn't know how to read.
You know, this is the funny thing now. Dale's gonna use that clip and fucking blast it all over. You know,
it was perfect. You know,
it was great. Look at that. Perfect timing.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Greg? How you doing, brother?
How you doing? How's everybody doing today?
Good.
we're doing good. It's a good laugh so far. And we had to bring Greg on. He was one of the other guys that gets on regular once in a while. But he recently had a book where they worked with Marat. Who did Sean? Did you do the coloring on that one?
Yeah, we're talking the Spawn Angel thing, right?
Yeah.
That one came out pretty.
Yeah, you could put me on blast because I everyone knows that I don't do modern books, and sorry, Marat, but like the Pooh stuff, I don't get. But this is the funny thing: I will never shit on anybody who does collect that because there's no such way of a certain way of collecting, right?
That's
Collect
what I tell
want.
people.
Collect what you want. Yeah, buy what you want. It's not my money. Buy what you want. You can fucking do it. But I will say, this Spawn Pooh is pretty badass. I gotta admit, this one is pretty good. I don't think it's shiny colors or what. I'm like a fucking hobbit and I like shiny things, but it is pretty good looking now.
I always tell, and I've had this experience with a lot of people who are like you. We're like, oh, I don't get the food stuff. I don't buy any of them. I go, eventually there's going to be that one cover. It'll be your favorite album or your favorite movie or your favorite comic book cover that we're going to parody. And you're going to go, fuck, I hate this shit, but I got to have that one. Are we allowed to test? I hope we are.
Oh, yeah. The only thing we can't do anymore is show any
boobies.
Yeah, because we got canceled with his face from Comics Elite Sean. Fucking dude, he was on and we showed some of his stuff and YouTube canceled our whole page. We have Sean all over there. So it's all good. The cussing is 100%.
That's halfway, Sean. That tracks.
Besides, we have Shannon Kincaid on a lot.
Look at that, 9.9, bro. Everything that Boba Fett, my life collects. I have a whole stack, and we'll get it from Clan McDonald too. So, Greg, what's up, everybody? See, yeah, exactly. Everybody loves that one. And the funny thing is, if something happens in the world, something hilarious or something spontaneous, like say the slap on Chris Rock. Marat fucking jumps on that shit, and the next day we see a brand new fucking cover of Pooh.
When that happened, literally like 20 minutes after that happened, people were like, "Are you already on the cover?" And the funny thing was, I was on my iPad laying it out. Like,
that's what I figured. I think you are like a soothsayer. You probably see things that are going to happen before, and you start drawing that shit, and then it starts to happen. You're probably like some kind of fucking voodoo doll. You start drawing that shit, it actually happens.
You know, here's the thing, and Sean is such a huge part of this, and the printers I work with, Artistic Express primarily. There's been days where I've woken up at 6 a.m., had a cover drawn by noon. Sean has turned it in by like 2:30, and by 6 o'clock, finished books were of coming off the press. So we've literally done the whole process, going digital as opposed to the old school way that you do for bigger runs, which is offset. The books get printed like that. So and that's the one thing when people are like, there was legal reasons when we first started doing the Pooh stuff, why we couldn't do an issue 2 and an issue 3 and an issue 1.
Right.
But that's how we can stay so relevant and be so fast with it and get these. And going back to what we were talking about to start the show, I meet hundreds of people who say the same thing. Oh, hey man, I have about 100 of these. I love them. What's on the inside? Is there a story? And I'm like, you bought 100 of these? You never cracked one open? Like,
well, you got 100 stories.
Hey, Vic, I'm one of those guys. I'm one of those guys. I never knew that.
Yeah, which from my perspective is, it's not. It's a funny story. Terry Sala, who I kind of co-plotted with the story, and he kind of added his little crazy Terry Sala-ness to it. He wrote a really funny script. When I got it to kind of start penciling, I was laughing out loud because it was funny. He added some really funny stuff. So it's really funny on the inside, but most people don't even know there is an inside. Like could be, I could be giving them 20 blank pages and a new cover, and they'd be like, "This is the greatest book I bought this week." So like,
many people don't know this, and maybe a lot of people do not know this because we didn't know this. Because why would I? I don't fucking open books. But the same story is in all the same Pooh books. So people think, is that my right? Or is there like different stories?
Pretty close. We have Do You Pooh. So if you have a book that says Do You Pooh, that's one story. Okay. I think we're probably, if we're not there, we're closing in on like 3,000 variants of that book. It's definitely a world record. So
that's awesome.
And then we have All Out Pooh, which is a different story.
Oh.
We had The Poonisher, which was a different story.
Okay.
We had The Walking Dead Pooh, which is a different story. We have Bigumverse, which is same world, different story. And then last year we did Pooh Marine, which is a different story as well. So
okay, all right. Well, I digress.
What's Out of This World? Or isn't there one called Out of the World or something like that?
Not that I know.
Yeah, Dale's making up Pooh stories now.
No, because
all out Pooh. All Out Pooh is what you're probably thinking. Yeah.
So I got a huge shout out to Sean because I told you guys, the colors for me and all that shit got my attention. You nailed it, Sean. I mean, it's between Marat. That's a great combination, you two. You got like I'm not gonna say Batman and Robin, so like it's like Batman and Batman because someone's always like, well, I don't want to be Robin, I want to be a Batman. So it's Batman and Batman. Let's go that way.
Sean and a guy named Dan Feldmeyer probably have colored, I'd say 98% of the covers on Pooh that I've done. Nice. And I always tell everybody they make me look good, like
Well,
I their altar, like.
The other Pooh book that caught my eye was the Bane one. That was if I was to get one, the Bane one was the one that I was like, ooh, it's just so cool looking, man. I don't know. It's great, man. You guys do good stuff.
It's they're fun. That's
fun,
that's the
right?
thing is we're always it's
fun ones.
Yeah, that's sick.
I mean that's cool, yeah, man. That's good stuff. I get it.
It's always a blast to get to do it, and like Marat said, like sometimes I'll get something by noon and we've got it cranked out by the end of the day, and it's always, I always chuckle when I get some of the emails because it's always like, we're doing this or that, and Marat always includes a little joke to go with whatever he sends, at least most of the time, and it keeps me entertained throughout the day.
So how did Greg? So how did you get involved with this? How did this all work out here?
We actually talked about it at MegaCon, so that shows you how fast Marat works.
Wow, no shit, huh? That was what are we talking? February.
Well, that's when you got a heart attack. So.
That's when I got my heart attack. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so we talked about it at MegaCon. It came together really quick, and I can't say enough about how this is my first exclusive I've ever done. I've never done one before, and I was telling Marat that, and he made it so easy. I thought it was going to be super complex to do, and it seriously was like one of the easiest things I've ever done. I told him what I wanted. He took care of the rest, and then Sean finished it off. It's extraordinary.
Was it your idea to come up with that particular homage, or whose idea was that?
So it was partially my idea. I have a following on Whatnot, and I kind of took a little bit of a pull per se on Whatnot, and that's kind of what they chose to go with. So I trusted them, and that's what we did, and it came out awesome. But that's one of my favorite covers too. It's one of my favorite Spawn covers, so it's a pretty easy choice for me.
What was second place?
Ooh, second place. I'm hoping Marat still does it. So I'm gonna keep that.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm gonna keep that in the bag for now.
All right.
Was it the one we just talked about a few days ago?
Yeah.
We're doing it. Like,
yeah.
That's good.
All right. Well, I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna knock it out of the fucking park.
How many covers how many covers have you done with Do You Poo? Because I know you've done quite a bit. Also, recently he's been selling a lot of Do You Poo. So like anybody has been around doing poos, has been doing Do You Poos. Like a lot of artists from anywhere have been trying to get their hands on Do You Poos. Like it's like, I mean, and don't take this as a insult, but it's to get your name out there. You know, sometimes you can't get to the big guys, but if you get your name on a poo book, people will notice either your cover or your art style, and then it goes from there. You know what I mean? And like Greg said, it's so easy to work with. It's a cool cover. Like it might not be the first appearance of Wolverine or whatever, but it's iconic already, right? You're not the GOAT, but you're iconic within the comic industry already. Everybody knows Do You Poo. People, so well known. People hate on it so much. Like, Do You Poos are this and this and that. So you're doing something well, obviously, right? Because you're being hated on so much.
What's the saying? Any publicity is sort of good publicity.
Bad publicity.
No.
And I'm like, what are you hating on? Like that's always to me like, okay, you hate on the fact that I'm successful with something that you don't think should be successful. That's what you're hating on.
Maybe.
Ask retailers like, Greg, like I pride myself on making this easy. I like being, the first guy, and it's obviously depends on what kind of variants you order and how many books you order, but it's relatively a cheap buy-in for anybody who wants to get their feet wet. You don't have to drop, $5,000-$10,000. You don't have to have 300, 500, 1,000, 3,000 books, whatever the different comic companies like are. We're a little pricier per unit, but our minimums are beyond small. And I've taken great care to try to maintain market value on these books as much as I can. Because my whole thing is I never want somebody buying a book for $25 and then it's worth $5 months later. So I work with my retailers. I ask them to keep, certain price points when they sell them. If they don't, want to go that route, I just don't want to do more variants with them. Like I'm fine if I lose a little money in the short term to make sure the long term is good for all of us, for everybody.
Go ahead, Michael.
I give an artist breaks. I like being able to give fellow creators, because again, I've been I'm going on to 30 plus years in this industry, and I know what it's like when you're searching for work and when there's a break. Ryan Kincaid is a perfect example. I published Ryan's second cover he ever did. And my biggest retailer at the time, who bought more of my books than anything, told me, I don't think you should use this Kincaid guy. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. People are going to like his work. And, I'm like, well, I think you might have been wrong about that one. But you need those breaks, guys like William Russell, who's, commenting, this is the easiest way. He can go out and he can tell, retailers like, hey, let's do a cover together. Like, this is not going to be an expensive buy-in. These sell. There's a market for these. Mark Smith, who just commented, he just, he literally out of the blue sent me a poo cover. And I was like, hey, put it on. We have a Facebook group, put it on the Facebook page. And if retailer wants to pick it up, you have my blessing. We'll publish it. and sure enough, he put it up. I think like an hour later, there was a retailer who was interested in publishing that cover, and now Mark has a cover that
that's awesome. It's awesome to spread the love. I mean, I don't understand I really don't understand the hate. Now, once again, just because I don't collect it, I'm not going to shit on it. I just don't buy it. Who cares? Just keep scrolling. Fucking keep scrolling.
I don't buy most Marvel DC books, but I don't begrudge anybody for buying them. I buy what I like.
God,
if I like it, I'm going to buy it. If I don't, I go, not for me. You don't see me going on Twitter or on Facebook and going, I can't believe this book. It sucks. Nobody should be da 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 da. Like, don't buy it. That's how we all vote, with our wallet, with our cash.
I'm curious, Greg. Have you gotten shit, Greg? Like, from people saying, "Why are you doing a poo book?"
I haven't gotten any at all.
Oh, good.
No, I really haven't.
Yeah.
I've been. It's still technically still like a limited release, and it's pretty much sold out. So, yeah, I haven't had any pushback. These are all Spawn fans. Typically, everyone that comes to my shows, because they are Spawn related, they understand that there's no Spawn exclusives that go on anymore. So, doing something like this is a great way to, kind of tap into that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point.
So that's it. Go ahead. Sorry.
So I was gonna switch subject a little bit, because obviously last week we had a big discussion with AI and fuck AI, this and that. I'm gonna, we have two big names on here, Sean and Marat. What are your stance on that? You know what I mean? I know for a fact, I'm pretty sure you'll never let AI be part of the Pooh franchise, correct? Like, no, you won't let anybody do a cover with AI?
No. Obviously AI is an issue for every artist. But I also believe we are kind of spitting in the wind. Like, it's a lot of guys who are like, super anti-AI. I'm like, yeah, I totally get it. I'm with everybody on that. But at the same time, it's like, this is going to happen. Like, you're not going to stop it happening. So people are going to kind of have to figure out the workaround. And I think that's, I think we do need some legalities in place. I think it's ridiculous that you can just kind of, I've never done so, but that you can basically go, hey, give me a cover Argerm style or whatever, or Alex Ross style, and all of a sudden it's spitting out that looks kind of like those artists. Also, fans don't care, because there are like Kickstarter campaigns that have nothing but AI, and when AI covers, they've started to enter into some other companies, some main characters, and fans don't care. They buy cool images,
That's how it is. That's how it is.
Like we are in a world now where it's so much different than 20, 15, even 10 years ago, where artists, the name and the style was so, distinguishable that you followed specific artists, because you're like when I was a kid, I can see John Byrne from a mile away. I can see George Perez from a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
But it's become now where there's so many artists that look the same, because they're all going to find a photorealistic look. They're all using the same iPad, the same brush, the same tools. That stuff doesn't have the difference. Don't know what the word I'm trying to use is, but it's not as distinguishable as it used to be. Because I'll look on and I'll go, oh, is that a Argerm cover? I was like, oh no, it's not. It's so and so that looks Argerm. And I know we're all influenced by other artists. That's just part of being an artist. But it's like, it's gonna happen. So the legalities need to be put in place. But the problem is, even if we I won't publish AI covers, and Sean won't use them on his Kickstarter, and whomever else will stand hardline. I mean, it's already starting to penetrate in Marvel and DC. And you don't think these big, media companies are going to start using AI?
Valiant's already looking for AI people to do videos. Somebody shared it yesterday. They had a job posting on LinkedIn or something.
Yeah, so
it's gonna affect everybody at some point.
Got it. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. And they do need to, there has to be some kind of legalities put in place so they can't just rip things off. But
yeah, that takes time, right? Every time, whenever you involve legal, it takes a long time. In the meantime, people are making and profiting money off of others people's hard work when it comes to copying their work, right? It's a shame. But as you were saying, Marat, right now we still have some artists that you can distinguish, and I always say I can tell what a Ryan Kincaid looks like. When I see a book, I'm like, oh, that's Ryan. Oh, when I see Ivan Tao, straight up, that's an Ivan Tao.
Oh yeah, that one's
100%. John Jang, we already know his type, right? So it's all these guys that you're going like, oh, but I can see within time it gets a little like you said, oh, that's a cool art germ. Wait a minute, it's not art germ, and you're like, oh.
Yeah. Well, and I think part of it too is artists are gonna have to be a little more creative, because what AI can do is, what's up here. Like somebody has to be creative,
and fingers.
Right. They're getting better with fingers and eyes, but it's.
I mean, look, that technology is just going to get better.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not going to get better slowly. It's going to get better fast. All the stuff that people were talking about 6 months ago is already starting to be filtered out by the new programs and the updates, and so I think it's clearly a problem for every artist, but also some guys have kind of, a lot of guys aren't being creative as artists. Just because you can put a pretty line down doesn't mean you're creative. That just means you have talent and you've nurtured that talent and you become good on. That doesn't make
pretty much.
Yeah, you're right. Just because you could do good lines as a tattoo artist doesn't mean you could actually do a good tattoo when it comes to creativity. Right.
Yeah. It's like there used to be a term, and when I broke in, the term was pencil jockey, and what it meant was the guy that comes in and he gets a script and he does exactly what the script says. He turns in his 22 pages. He gets paid. He's good on his deadlines. He has a solid job, solid career. He's getting work. He never creates any characters. He never pushes down below. He never does anything outside the box. He never puts his, he doesn't put his balls out there, doesn't put his ass on the line. He's just like, I'm a good worker bee. And, that's great. That's fantastic. There's a lot of them, and God bless them. And, I cheer for everybody. But some guys are going to have to realize they are going to have to, kind of like, again, not to go with the poo, but when I first heard the poo stuff, I thought it was going to be like, 2 or 3 variants. People think it's cute. It's going to peter out, and that'll be it. And people were mocking me for doing it, and people were like, "I can't believe you're charging $25 for a variant. Nobody's ever going to pay that." And now those $25 variants are going for $300, $400, $500 on eBay.
Yeah.
Because they were short runs, and we kind of, I looked at the market and I was like, "Hey, this is kind of what's happening." So, you have to kind of be able to go out there and take a risk and put your creations out there, and take the chance of people mocking you, take the chance of people going, your stuff sucks. Like that, it's hard, but as an artist, you have to take those chances, or else you do become replaceable by anybody. It's the same issue a lot like my friends who are in animation and doing cleanup. They're completely replaceable. And that was always the fear they had. Because it's like, all you're doing is cleanup. Somebody sent the rub and you're doing the cleanup, you're just making it on model. So you're not special to the companies. You could be 10 times better than the guy that came before you or the guy that comes after you, but the job you're doing isn't that special.
Right. So you got to be unique. I always compared some of my analogies to people growing up in small towns where they're the badass in baseball or football, or I'm going to say baseball, right? And you're like, I'm so good, I'm going to go pro. Then they go to the AAA or they go to single A and they look around and going, shit, everyone here was an all-star, was an all-state, was a fucking badass. I'm just part of the pool. You got to make yourself unique to stand out, to have that employer go, no, this guy's good. Because if you just fly under the radar and just do your job, which is fine, but you will be replaceable by somebody who has that 1 inch more than you do. It's just the way it is.
For almost 20 years, I worked at Marvel, I worked at DC, I worked at Image, I worked at Zenoscope, I worked at Avatar, but I wasn't standing out in any way because I was just drawing the stories that were given to me and worked with amazing talent. From scripts from Alan Moore, I worked with scripts from Dan Jurgens, I worked with scripts from Robert Kirkman, but the stuff wasn't standing out because it was just good, pencil jockey stuff. Just when I did something completely out the box that people started gravitating towards my work. Like we were talking before it started, you were going through your old school box and you found some Image books that I did early on. And you're like, I didn't know you did that. I get that all the time.
Yeah, for you guys, Marat just didn't come out of the bushes last week. This guy apparently, this fool's been around for quite some time. And I was just telling him in the green room that I pulled out a Battlestone Image first, number one, and I saw Marat on there. I'm like, well, the only Marat I know is the Marat that I know. Yeah. And sure enough, this guy's been around for a long time, and he has a lot of Image. It's crazy, Marat.
Tisk. If you had read a book, you would have known that.
Oh, please. Yeah. Yeah, I read his name on the cover, so shit, give me a fucking break.
I mean, that's about much you read, but you was a good pals with Rob Liefeld. I know that for a fact. So you worked with him back in the days, right, Marat?
That was my first break. I've known Rob since I was 12 years old. We met at a local comic convention. He was 16. I was 12. I actually just saw Rob Monday. I was hanging out with him Monday. And when I graduated high school, he was already working on Mutants, and he hired me on to be his assistant. That was my break. So that's how I got into Image so early. I was the first Image rookie. So I was there when they formed everything, and I was the fly on the wall with,
Martha.
Dana was like a sister to me. I don't hit women, but man, I want to slap her sometimes for that.
I don't think you're gonna escape that name anymore.
And Mandy encourages it. That's the worst part.
You mean Mandy
That's
encourages
my big
it,
brother. I believe that. Talking about Mandy, she brought us. We talked about the whole situation with bat balls, and then she told us that you tuned into the show that day, and the first thing that you heard was bat balls.
I did, and as soon as I heard it, I was like, I'm out. Sense that Mandy brought this up. Like,
come on, Marat, you shouldn't be surprised though, right?
No, I'm not. I live it every day.
Yeah, it's yeah. Bat ball talk every day and night. Bat balls talk every day and night at that house.
Well, I mean, some of the conversations we have, we always laugh. We're like, I'm so glad people don't hear our private conversations because they are out there. So, something gravitated us to each other. Besides,
she's the one that told me to call you Martha. Oh, and then Manny's right there.
Hey, Del, do you happen to have a picture of that Pooh book, Greg's Pooh book?
Oh, I can get it real quick.
Yeah, because there might be some who, if you haven't seen the Do You Pooh that we're currently talking about, the Spawn homage. What number is that, Greg? What number homage is that to?
Spawn 77.
77. You've been living under a rock. It's been everywhere. It's in a lot of the groups. I see it on IG. I promote it whenever I can because it's just kind of cool stuff.
Well, that's a picture I used for the page because it was
that's awesome. The one I also used for my reel that I did because I want people to see, hey, this is the book that's currently hot right now. And yeah, man, it's some good shit. And once again, Sean Forney over here with his coloring talent, his magician ways. All right, here we go. Look at that. That's just cool. I mean, and that's there. This is the foil, right?
That's the foil.
Yeah. I can imagine how that looks live when you hit the right light on it. I mean, I could just imagine it's
popping.
Just gold.
That and the metal both, when the light hits it, it looks like the sun is reflecting the way the light hit it. It looks really neat.
That is some good stuff.
What's up, Aaron?
The metals are all gone.
And the medals are all gone. How long what was the limit on this? What was the run?
Only 5.
Oh wow! Look at you guys, man! Wow, creating magic.
To jump on that, right? To jump on that, now that we know that you can get them from Greg, you can always get them signed, right? And then go over here to CGC Comics because there was some big news today. Greg, if you want to, I saw it on yours first. Do you want to talk about this real quick, Greg, and let them know what this is about?
That's a good segue there, Dale.
Yeah. So CGC is hiring James Spence, which is a authentication service for autographs, which is kind of funny because a couple of years ago, I remember asking them, they said, absolutely not. They're not going to do it. But it really made sense for them to make that move since CBCS have been doing it for years. So I'm happy they're doing it. It's a good thing.
And like I told Marat earlier, because he didn't know about it, we were talking about backstage. His sign's right there. His signature's right there in the very top, guys.
Oh yes.
I gotta give CGC love. They've been on the Pooh train early on. Like I have a lot of like fans that work for CGC, which I didn't know. But when I did a private for them a couple of years back, and they all came out the bag and they're like, "Oh my God, we love your books. When the submissions come in, we want to see what the next new cover you guys did." And they've been fantastic to me and been great for the brand. I mean, I think graded books was one of the big reasons why the brand exploded.
This is going to change the game, people. CGC, when they go the verification route with JSA, this is going to change, in my opinion, a lot of things. And CBCS, what they used to have the hold on, they had CGC by the balls when it came to verification. But now the grip is loosening up a little bit because with this game changer, CBCS is going to, I think, are going to quake in their boots because one of the reasons why people were choosing CBCS over CGC was because of the verification of the signatures. Now that CGC has it, people are like, fuck it. I don't have to go to CBCS ever again. So here we go, people. This should be interesting.
So CBCS had company called BAS is what they were using for authentication services, but JSA is the biggest in the world. They do more than anybody else, so this is a good buy for them.
And just to throw out, because Mandy's here, and I saw Aaron in the comment section as well. Shout out to Clan. Clan does a lot of business with CBCS and Marat and Do You Poos. They have their own Do You Poo covers as well, but they've been working with CGC now, and now there's another avenue for them as well. So keep a lookout for that, guys. If you haven't followed Clan McDonald comics groups that was witnessing, I forgot the name altogether. Dana, that's a long ass name, so sorry. But Clan McDonald Comics, obviously, that's the page. The group is Clan McDonald Witnessing a Signature, something like that. But
the worst.
I'm the worst, right? I try my best.
You'll scream Martha. You won't shout out your own company. Come on.
Hey, I got nothing to say on that. But look, there we go. Mandy's at Clan McDonald, at least.
You would think that was the one that doesn't know how to read. But
there we go. Hey, it's a long ass thing, bro. Come on.
But I will say though, with that being said, you're right. Clan McDonald is going to have a whole new venue with their signatures with CGC. This is gonna blow them up. I mean, they're big as it is. It's gonna blow them up even more.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of my covers from them.
We're gonna be at Clan McDonald next month.
Really?
Yeah. We're supposed to have them on the show.
We got a lot of cool stuff happening with Clan McDonald over the next couple of months.
Aaron, hey man.
Yeah, exactly, Aaron. Exactly. Jesus Christ. I'm surprised they didn't call. Hey Marat, I'm surprised they didn't call you Barat. So there you go. You got lucky.
Oh, I would take that over Martha.
There we go.
From upstairs.
No, we're actually going to have Clyde McDonald on sooner than later. They're
Yeah, but
always
last
fun
time we
to
had them was fun to have. It was always fun to have them on there. But Steve is always busy, so it's hard to get them on. It took me a while to get Marat back on too, because he is busy as well. So I'm
Busy.
glad
Steve's busy there.
And then I know Cesar told me to ask Mandy too. I think no, we gotta ask him because we know
Yeah,
he's a busy guy.
yeah, but Mandy could say, "Hey, speaking of bat balls, hey Marat, do you want to
Right?
go on the show?" You know,
I prefer Martha. Hey, but at least we have entertain her for an hour. You have that 1 hour break, because I understand you need your break from your wife, but we keep her for an hour. And she's entertaining and she's so funny. Now we like our end thing for that show is don't forget your Kegels. That's
men,
the thing every show. Like it's crazy.
because men do Kegels too. Apparently, I do it every night because of Mandy. So this whole JSA thing, when is this? When is this taking effect? Greg, do you know?
April, right?
Yeah, they said that it's going to be business as usual at JSA for the next month or so, at least, until they kind of take over.
So what are you thinking? Same yellow label? They're just going to stick with the same, and it'll just say verification. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking?
So CBCS just switched to all yellow labels off the red, so they got rid of the reds.
Right.
So I don't know. I kind of hope they do make it a little bit more obvious that they're verified, because it is kind of easy to overlook that verified designation on the CBCS labels now. But it looks more uniform, obviously, because they're all yellow. So
I always found it kind of funny that CBCS went with the red initially. That is just like, it was like red. It was like a blush. It was such a weird color,
Yeah, but it makes sense to have it a different color. Kyle, what's up,
Kyle? There you
go. Yeah, I agree.
We're going to be having Kyle on soon too, as well.
Oh yeah, with some other, they have their own thing going on, so it's good to have people on here. And we want to bring up their current, and we weren't able to get Marat on a Kickstarter from that he had just done, but we were able to get Sean on before his Kickstarter, and he starts next Friday, correct?
Yes, next Friday when we're at WonderCon.
Show that off.
Where is WonderCon?
Anaheim.
Oh, yeah, my old stomping grounds. All right.
Yeah, we're coming in a day early to go to Disneyland, and then we're launching the Kickstarter, and the con starts on the 29th, which is also my birthday, so it's gonna be a busy weekend.
Hey, Sean, did you save up a year's salary to go to Disneyland?
It feels like it.
Okay, just letting you know. Just making sure.
Answer.
Yeah.
That's volume 1. That's the first one we talked about. This is volume 2, right?
This is still volume 1. So the picture you were just on, we did like a preview edition, wanted to kind of test it out. So we just did a limited run of 25 of those last year. So the new book is going to be the same interiors that's in the one that you have up currently, but we're going to have stretch goals to add pages to it. It's currently at 84 pages. I don't know what's our goal for the stretch goals right now off the top of my head. I think we're shooting for like 96, something like that.
Wow.
It's going to be available with 3 different covers, but each cover is going to be a different type of binding. So we're going to offer it in a hardcover, a trade paperback, and then a spiral bound version.
Is that the Mothman there?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I may not read, but I have good memory.
What's up, Don?
Wow.
I did get some of your covers. I'm waiting. Dana, I need to get hold of you. But I have some books from a con you did back in February. And the one I got from you, Marat, was the Iron Giant one.
Oh, nice. Yes, I think Sajad drew that cover. Sajad Shah.
Yeah, and I love that cover, obviously because of my childhood. I buy these books for my wife. She's the one that keeps them. She's a collector. But if I find that I like, I'll get it for her, right? And and it's there. So she gives me the okay
wife.
Because she gives me the okay. There's no back talk or bullshit or nothing. Like, oh, thank you, babe. I love you. Cool. Yeah. That's how it goes. Damn, she sees the show.
I love when Dale uses his wife for everything. Oh yeah, I kind of just buy that for my wife. you talk to her, she's like, I have no idea what he's talking about.
I mean, she does do you poo. Like I have a stack behind me of her do you poo books. Everything when it has it done with like Harry Potter, she collects. Like, where's this one? There's this one that she loves.
That's Dave's favorite too. She loves her Harry Potters.
Yep.
That's Sean. You drew that cover, right?
Yes, the one Delta showed. Yeah.
Oh, this one you did?
Yep.
Let me see. Did I put that on the?
Hold on. Let me.
Here, actually, here we go.
You're making the guy work.
Yeah, man. Well, I could have done it, but let me see that. Move that glare. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think that's called magma foil, if I recall correctly.
Honestly, and I think it's because of your books, Marat, that I learned a lot of these different names for different kind of like covers.
Wait. Now I'm intrigued. What the hell is the difference between a magma foil and the regular foil?
You can see
this is a regular.
You can see there's the regular foils, but the magma, you see kind of it has a magma feel to it.
So it gives it sort of iridescent look.
Yeah, and there's a lava which looks like waves, and there's it's like the cracked ice. Like
I don't know, Marat. You're making me change my mind. My
goal now, Cesar, is to have a poo book on that wall behind you.
You know what?
That's the goal.
You know what, son of a bitch?
That was cool. Look at that, man.
I might be in, man. What's that?
You need this one, buddy.
You know what, Greg? Let's talk, my friend.
Hold on. I know Brandon needs that too.
I think, Greg, if you have a couple stashed away under your mattress, I might have to.
A couple.
So I bet y'all didn't know, but I have another one of Marat, signed by Marat and sketched by Marat.
Oh yeah, that's Jacob Bears, My Nightmarish Little Venomous Ponies.
Yeah, Jacob Bears.
That's cool.
Yeah. And this is the New York Comic Con exclusive. I keep this one here. I mean, it's my daughter's, but she doesn't even know about this cover. I got it for her. I got it because of the pony, and she wasn't really fond of it, so my wife kept it. So it's hers now.
Oh, it's like I got the newest Do You Poo. I mean, my gardener. I got it from my gardener. I mean, he collects them. You know,
I like how his wife's stuff is over here, his daughter's stuff's over here. He's got them all right there.
Hey, look, my daughter's right there.
Right?
Look, my daughter's right there, and then my son's right there. I had an artist, do them, and then my other son, my baby's right here. I keep all their stuff right next to me.
Just magically.
This is the stuff I don't sell. Like their stuff, I don't sell. I'll sell my stuff like that, but anything that goes to do, it stays. So. And magical friendships. I didn't know there's magical friendship zombies. But
you know what, Greg and Mariah? Now that I think about it, if I do get one, it has to be in a CGC. It has to be slab because I don't do raw books anymore. So.
What's up, David?
If it makes the wall, I'll send you one as a gift.
Ooh.
I mean, I can guarantee the same thing.
Yeah.
Right in the middle now.
Hey, yeah, look, right in the middle of all of those.
There's an opening up there.
That's special. That's a special opening for a magazine size. It's waiting for me.
I mean, that's a pretty epic collection. I got a good CGC collection too. We just moved recently, so I haven't had a chance to put my office up. That's why you see that mess back there. But.
I tell you what, I'll do a challenge. If I get a Do You Poo slab, I will. Put on the
right. Look, following Mandy's thing. Following what Mandy said, either draw Cesar reading a book or draw Cesar in a hospital bed. One of those two, in a hospital bed or reading a book. That's the only way to
go. Yeah, there we go. Be in a hospital bed, in a hospital gown, reading a Do You Poo book. How's that? That's fucking classic. Oh my gosh. That's fucking funny, Mandy.
That is
John, we're doing it.
All right, let's make it happen. I'm surprised Dana hasn't piped up and said we need to make
but we're doing it. So.
Well, I'm gonna stick to my word.
You're not getting paid for cooking. We're doing it.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm gonna stick to my word, guys. I will put that on my wall, and it will be on the wall.
All right.
It's live. It's not going to the internet.
As soon as I find a break in my schedule, that is happening. So.
Oh God! All right, a Do You Poo book. I never would have thought Do You Poo book on this wall is gonna.
Oh yeah, you got your arm twisted with this free CGC book, right?
You know what it is?
It's like when Weird Al would have a song in the top 10. Like it doesn't belong with the other great artists that were on that top 10 list, but he had top 10 hits.
Oh yeah.
So that's what it's gonna be like.
You know what's gonna happen, Marat, is every time we have you on, I'll just put it on the wall.
No, I'm gonna be watching the show.
Oh shit, that's right.
Oh,
wait a minute. So you say it's got to be in? It has to be in the scene.
Yes.
Well, it's kind of like the challenge coin. Like if all of a sudden I come on the stream and I go, Cesar, is my book on the wall? If you can't pan up to it,
fuck.
Hey, you know what? We have to go with Mandy too because Mandy is connection to Marat. So if Mandy's on the show, he needs to be in the back too.
You know,
he's gonna make sure that it's on the wall when Mandy's there. But if I to kind of jump into a show that you guys are having with somebody and go,
you know what? This show sucks.
Hey, Dana has a good
I'm
point.
Sweating.
Martha as Caesar's nurse.
Yes, I'm sweating. I'm literally sweating. What?
Take a deep breath. It's not that serious. Like, relax.
Greg, you had a question, Greg.
Well, you saw it on my wall.
So, is there a Spawn 70? How much available, Greg, at all?
Yeah. There's still trades available on ilikecollectibles.com.
There you go.
Yeah, speaking of you like your Budalorian and Boba Fett's, Brandon actually did a variant.
Yeah,
I might have it.
Yeah, I actually saw him says I would like to. I actually saw him comment that he'd like to do another one. I was like, oh, so I didn't realize he did one already.
No, he did. It came out pretty badass. I was pretty happy with the way it came out.
Do you have it, Del?
I'm pretty sure that I do. I have anything that came because I love Mandalorian. My wife likes to do food, so we collected most of those. I would have to find. I think I have. It's either a 9.92 because I only have two 9.9s in my slabs, and both of them are Dupus. So
Artist Express does amazing work. You know, we German. Okay, now we got to give German a shout out. He might be the top Do You Poo fan in the world.
Oh, so he's the one that has them all, right?
If he doesn't have them all, he has a lot of them.
He's got to be pretty darn close. He's already hit me up for WonderCon. He's coming to grab stuff.
I commend people who when they commit and they commit hard because it's a challenge to try to collect them all. It's not easy, man, and it's not only that, but to collect try to get all 9.8s or try to get them all completely near mint. It's tough. It's not easy thing to do.
Because that we're pretty good at. You know, I mean, our printer does an amazing job. We try to take care of the books as good as possible. And you can't control shipping damages and stuff like that. But we also, if it's a high-end book, the beauty of going digital is we can actually reprint any number in the run. So as long as you show me that the book you have has been torn up, I'll reprint that book for you. Make sure you're taken care of.
I will say too, the shipment that I got from you, Marat, was perfect. Like all the books are separated with wax paper. Everything was perfectly in the box. There was nothing. It was double boxed, nothing damaged. Everything came in. Everything looked awesome.
And again, I got to give shout out to Artist Express. They're the ones who, for all the retailer variants, they package all that stuff. And, it's been a learning process. We started adding the paper in between because the digital press works different than offset. So sometimes heat and humidity can activate the ink. And so we were getting books where we were having ink smudges sometimes.
Yeah.
So we learned, hey, if we put that paper in between, the ink smudges on this white piece of paper that you throw away and you still have a perfect book.
Yeah.
So I mean, I totally get it because I don't know if you've seen them or not, but I try to get all the Alex Timeless.
Those are beautiful. I love those covers.
And it was fun to do this. So I can imagine someone doing this with all the Do You Poos, right? I don't
think anybody has all the poos. I think that would be impossible. Shit, I don't even have a master list of all the poos.
Oh, really? How many do we have? I mean, do we? Now I'm fucking working with you guys. How many do you have? How many do you have? I mean, no. How many variants have come
I
out?
think we're closing in on 3,000 variants.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's insane.
Well,
I
now
don't
it
think
makes,
I one
now it makes sense. I could imagine collecting 3,000 timeless variants. That'd be crazy.
So
That's actually it worked, Dana. Somebody reached out asking about that.
that's a cool cover to have. Then
yeah.
What were you gonna say? Oh, I'm sorry, Greg. Were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say, Rob, you have a master list like with CGC for when these are all submitted.
And honestly, it's because I never thought this was going to be anywhere near as big as it's become. So it's just kind of like, oh, this is fun, kind of, and then all of a sudden, it's 5 covers, it's 10 covers, it's 20 covers. Yeah. Oh man, it's 100 covers.
So,
like, holy crap! Like, by the time people started asking for a master list, I was like, we're probably over 1,000. Like, I need to take a few months off just to grow all my files. And,
so
people bring up covers to me at conventions to sign. I go, I don't even recall drawing or publishing this cover. Like, this is 7 years ago, 8 years ago.
Wow.
Sure.
That happens a lot.
I bet.
People bring up a book and it's like, I don't remember doing this, but my name's on it.
Yeah, that's it. It happens all the time.
I have 2 more ideas.
I'm gonna ask you the most common question here, Marat. Which book do you get asked about the most?
Oh man, that's tough. Well, there's one we did with EBAS called The Mother's Milk, which is probably like the book that everybody goes after because it's EBAS. It's got some boobs on it,
wait, is that the one?
Yeah, where the milk is dripping and poo's between
on the center. Yeah,
I see that.
Okay, yeah, we're not going to show that.
That one. A lot of hip hop covers, like Poo Pop and the Biggie Smalls variant. Those are 2 super, hard to find, super popular books. Because again, the print runs were always pretty small. We always did really small, limited print runs.
Pootie and the Beast.
Yeah, that's Mother's Milk. That's it.
That was enough. Hopefully we don't get canceled.
Yeah, that's it. We're trying to keep. But what about the infamous the Amanda Heard?
Oh, that one! I bought like 3 copies of that one from Clan McDonald. The Amber Turd one. That was awesome, and I signed all 3 of them.
That was actually Steve from Clan McDonald. There was his wife wanted that one done, and I was like, I don't want to do this, but Wendy had to have it, so we did it. So it was a fun one. It was a fun one for sure.
Oh, that reminds me, we had a book last year in October, the Soup Nazi on a cover. We had him on the show. Right, and I was too late to getting a copy to get him signed because he was okay to sign that cover and I was to give it away, but I was too late because they sold out fast.
Yeah. We talked about having Larry. I go, hey Larry, if I send you the book, will you sign it? He's like, sure, I'll sign it. I'll send it back. And we were going to give it away as a giveaway, but didn't have a chance. But did you show him the book, Dale? Like, did you put it up on the screen? You did.
Yeah, he saw it. Yeah, he saw it. He loved it.
Yeah, he loved it. He got a kick out of it. So.
Honestly, like the coolest thing was last year at was at Pan Expo Chicago. We did a Back to the Future Pooh parody, and so they had it signed by me, and they cracked their CGC, and went and had it signed by the whole cast, and brought it back to me to show. And I was like, that's so surreal because I was like, I grew up on this movie, and these are like iconic actors, and just to see my signature next to theirs was just like, holy shit, like, like what world do I live in now? Like, it's insane. So it's really cool that a lot of celebrities, because we've actually, the Fan Expo, because we do Fan Expo variants of Pooh books, like official show variants that Fan Expo does themselves. And they always take them around to all the celebrities or whatever we're parodying. They'll get the celebrities to sign a bunch of copies.
Like the Swarm books?
Yeah, like we did Mookie or Loki, and they'll have Tom Hiddleston sign it, and we did Robo Poo, and so Peter Weller signed on and so forth. And Sam Raimi was signing the Spider-Man ones.
This
and
way.
I'm waiting for somebody to see a Trump sign Poo.
Oh my gosh. Is there one that you won't do, Marat? Is there something you just will not touch?
Probably not. I mean, I wouldn't do like porny stuff with Poo. Like that, I'll stay
porny Poo. Porny Poo.
like that mother's milk is about as porny as they'll get. That kind of stuff. But everything else, it's if it's done in fun, and if it's not in bad taste, like I won't do like a terrorist Poo. Stay away from anything that's in bad taste. But for the most part, it's all in fun. Like it's parody. It's done in jest. It's done for a laugh. Like if you can't, I know there's some Trump people that would get upset by that, but then I know a huge fan of Trump who literally has like a freaking room dedicated to all his Trump memorabilia. He loved him. I met him in Florida, super nice guy, and he gets it. Like it's fun. I'm like, it's not a statement. It just is what it is, It's entertainment. That's all it is. So
that's what it is. And people for some reason are not getting the concept that Do You Poo is exactly what that is. It's fucking Winnie the Pooh in Name the Character. That's all it is. Yeah. And people take it so serious because Marat, I don't know if you knew this, but you're ruining the comic community.
I've heard that.
You're ruining it. You and now Sean and now fuck Greg, you're part of it now too. So
this was fucking hilarious, bro.
You're all part of that. Look at that. You even made a parody of that for fuck's sake.
Yeah. that was hot for like 3 weeks.
Let me see that again. I don't think I ever saw that. Let me see that again. That's too funny,
man. When we were in mid-pandemic and Tiger King was all the rage, we did the Tiger King covers.
Tiger King, yeah, I saw that.
Those blew up on Twitter. Like they were shared like thousands of times.
Yeah, it was
like overnight.
There for a couple of days. It was crazy. It was nuts.
Yeah.
And then the moment that Willie Steamboat was available to be used, fucking Marat jumped on that one. I saw that cover. Well, I'm like, damn, Marat, like 2 seconds after the lease was up or whatever, there was already a cover. Damn, that was smart. I remember sharing it for the clan because I had some copies, and the first comment was, "That's a smart advertising." I'm like, duh, that was pretty good.
I think we live in a society where everything's like moves so fast, and and people are on to the next thing like 5 minutes later. So like, the slap, it was the thing for 2 weeks, and then we moved on to something else. That meme that you just showed, it was like hot for a week, then you move on to something else. And so
this is the one I
got. Stay relevant, and yep, that's the Sajjad Shah cover again. You can see the different foils right there. You see that's the cracked ice or crystal flag. That's the magma. That's the regular foil. So
it's a regular.
That's pretty cool.
And for us, it's just like if people didn't want him, we wouldn't be publishing it.
I was about to say that if it was not popular, you would not be doing anymore. You'd be doing other stuff. Simple as that, right?
Yeah. Like, I wake up every day and I go, people still want this? Like, sweet. We're gonna keep doing it until people don't, but it just keeps growing. And it's Javon Jordan is a fantastic artist and has done a bunch of Pooh variants. And, Javon's like, it's kind of become part of pop culture. It's now it's not comic books as much. It's just kind of a thing. It's become a thing of its own, and so
there is we're in a time now where your dad's comics is not your dad's comics era anymore. It's now becoming all about the cover. It's all becoming what is the coolest thing? What is the latest? Is it glass? Is it wood? Is it paper mache? Is it fucking metal gold? how many do you poo variants can we do? It's taking a change. It's taking a turn. Whereas the story, some people still read, believe it or not, has taken a little bit of a back seat, because then you hear people saying, "Oh, the new story came out, it blows. Oh, the new blah 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 comes out, it's horrible." So the focus has been on the covers and all that stuff, and the stories become second. But that's my opinion, because I don't fucking read. So, but that's what I see.
So my question is, I have a question for Marat. How much? So that's how much you charge to have people sit on your lap?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Is that how much you charge to have people sit on your lap?
Jesus Christ!
Yes, sir. 25 bucks.
Wow, that's a cheap boner. So, anyways, what were you gonna say, Marat?
Lap dancer,
What were you gonna say, Marat? It sounded like you wanted to say something to my story.
You know why people? It's because creators need to do better stories. People get into books when the stories are really good. James Tinian, oh shit, I got in trouble. Look at Tinian on Batman. The story and the art enticed people to read that book. He then goes and does oh my gosh, something is children. The name just escaped me.
Something is killing children.
He's killing the children. People follow because it's a great story. He's writing great stuff. So if people aren't engaged by the story to the point where they know what's on the inside, it's up to the editorial at all the companies and the creative at all the companies to give them those stories. Right. So we have a comfy couch. At least I have that going for me.
There we go. It isn't a good home. Is that a good home? Let's say you have a comfy couch. But you know what? The thing about that. So you're trying to say you think the creators need to be creative.
Well, right? For people to be engaged, like whatever it is, it's not clicking with people, and we're not even talking about younger generation where, obviously they just look at things different. They process different. They need their videos. They need moving stuff. But you're not even engaging guys in our age bracket. You're not engaging the 40-year-olds or the 50-year-olds or the 60-year-olds. It's what I mostly collect is kind of like you, Cesar, you're Paul. I like going and getting old books. I like the classics. I like owning those. I'm back, in my, trade paperbacks of, John Byrne's X-Men or, George Perez on Teen Titans or, any of the classic stuff. Because those are still more engaging to me than most of the stuff that comes out to me.
It is true. And I've been saying the reason why I collect, people say, why do you do this and not modern? And I said, there's something about Silver Age, early bronze covers that it just speaks. There's something to it, and no knockoff to any modern artists out there, but there's just something about a Kirby that just speaks to me. And I'm not even an artist, but it's beauty to me. It's art. And to be able to encase and preserve that piece of art, I'm an honor to do that. So that being said, speaking of creatives and stories and good stories, Sean, I know Sean has that Kickstarter going out. Sean, why don't you do a very quick synopsis of what that story is about? What's your book about? Because I personally like it, and one day I'll read it, maybe on my deathbed, but we'll see.
Because at this point, he's not a comic collector; he's an artist, an art collector. So, let's go with that, bro.
So yeah, Scarlet Huntress. So that's the Kickstarter is going to come out later in the year. But she's a modern day descendant of Little Red Riding Hood that hunts werewolves and other cryptid creatures. So that's why I've got a Mothman cover on the art book that we're launching next week. Last year we finished off the story arc that we started in like 2003. It took that long to finally finish it. And we are starting on volume 2, started on issue 1. I got to page 5 today and doing pencils. So hopefully we will have a book for San Diego Comic-Con in July, and then like fall we'll launch Kickstarter for that issue 1. It'll have some added pages and such that you won't be able to pick up in the book that we'll have at Comic-Con.
Yeah, that's a cool story. A descendant of Little Red Riding Hood, hunting cryptid. I mean, that's just cool stuff. And
she's on the middle image there of the covers. So that's Scarlet. And then like I said, did Mothman as one of the cryptids that she kind of teams up with.
Well, once you come out with it, a book on tape, send it my way, my man.
Audio?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, I do voiceovers. I could actually do my own voiceover. See, there you go.
You'd have to read the script.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only way to fool me to read your book is if I do a voiceover reading your book. Classic. Boom. Fuck yeah. I'm fucking nailing it tonight, people.
Oh, hey, we'll get them to read one way.
Shit, I'm not even reading what I'm reading right now on the screen. I'm avoiding it. I'm looking down, I'm looking up.
There's words and shit. I can't do that.
Oh man. So
got to call in the middle of the night, just read from the book, like the bedtime story.
Yeah, there you go. I was calling every night. Grab the time change or whatever. Okay, we're on page 12. Look at the pictures.
We should all donate to his GoFundMe for his audio funds, so they can read to him. But something else dropped today, and I don't know. I don't think any of y'all had time to watch it. I was off today, so before I took my son to the doctor, I was able to see 2 episodes of X-Men '97. Have any of you seen it yet?
Yes, I kind of figured it would come up, so I watched it before I jumped on here.
Oh wow! Look at Sean. He's on the ball. This guy.
At least you did it. Cesar doesn't.
Well, no, I
no excuses. All you gotta do is watch.
I never got into the first one because it was beyond my time. I think what year did it come out? It came out when it
92.
97.
92. The first one?
Yeah. It started in 92 and it ran through 97 or 96 or whatever.
I got married to my first wife in 95, so I was already
first wife.
Stupid things. Yes, it's not something you gloat about, but it is what it is. But what I'm saying is, I never got into it, and I did watch some of it. Don't get me wrong, I did watch some of it, but I don't know if this new one now Dell's saying it's fucking fantastic.
Good.
It's really good. The animation it's still similar enough that it doesn't feel out of place, but it's definitely updated. It's definitely smoother than the 90s version. And so far, the story's good, and I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, they took some twists and turns I didn't expect.
Okay, all right.
I'm sure it's something. It's not a spoiler because it's been out there for like about a week and a half. Let me show it. Where is it? Right here. And I showed it again today. I watched it, right, and that's a clip from the show. That was the second episode. That's X-Men number 200, which is a trial of Magneto. Dude, it's pretty good. Similar, like not 100%, but it's pretty there. And the animation and all that stuff is like Sean said, it's good. It's a good watch so far, and it's only been 2 episodes, right? That's what they dropped. They dropped the first 2, and then they're gonna want you craving for more, which was good. And I think the biggest topic for the last 2 weeks was about Morph, about him being a non-binary, blah blah blah. Honestly, they don't bring any of that stuff up. They don't. It's nothing but it's cartoon, great animation, good story. I recommend it so far. I don't know, Greg. Are you gonna watch it, Marat? Are you gonna take a gander at it once in a while when you have time?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna wait till all the episodes.
There we go.
And then just binge one day.
See, Marat's old like me. We just want to watch it.
Just because you're like 3 weeks apart.
Listen. By the way, just to let you guys know, for the first time in a very long time, I'm not the oldest guy on the show. Marat right here has me beat by how many weeks, Marat?
Like 3 weeks, I think we established. January 12th.
I'm the 19th. So yeah, look at that.
So he almost 5 weeks.
He beat me to it, people. So I'm not the old geezer anymore. But I like watching. Now, speaking of shows. So this is the thing. So I finally watched last night Damsel on Netflix. Yep. I enjoyed the living shit out of it. I really did. What a fun show. What a fun movie. It was fun. It was good.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
I was on the fence to watch it. Now I think I'll watch it.
Oh no, watch it because they what I like about it, no spoilers, they get to the point like that. No pussyfooting around. They don't do it. They just get to it and then it ends and it's like, wow, that was pretty good.
Can we blackmail this for this stream?
What did he say?
They blocked Mandy for the stream.
Oh.
I honestly I was gonna watch Damsel, but the Lost Kingdom came out as my suggested. I've been stuck on that show since yesterday. Me and my wife have been binge watching it.
The Lost Kingdom is a fucking wormhole, man. You will get lost in that. You will go head on. That's the one where you call in the next day and go, I can't go into work. And then, because you're fucking want to finish.
I have to stop watching. I have to watch with her because she gets mad if I watch it without her now because we're so clicked to it. But I'm taking it like 3 episodes per day. Well, tomorrow I can't because I close tomorrow. But every time I can, I'm trying to watch 3 episodes every day because it's good.
Well, the other show I recommend is Shogun. I'm enjoying the living shit out of Shogun.
I saw the first episode. I'm enjoying that.
It's slow, but if you like a show with just good acting and great storytelling, you're in. I mean, there's a little bit of action, but don't expect fucking John Wick shit in Shogun. It's a show that came out in the early 80s, originally with Richard Chamberlain. I think I saw even when I was a kid because it had to do with samurais. But it's a good show to watch. So that's another good one to watch.
Last week they dropped the first episode of the second part of season 2 of Invincible. That first episode was fucking awesome. Like
already out.
Yeah, it's been started last week and tomorrow is the next episode. Okay. But and that brings me up to my next topic because Marat brought it up. Greg is here. We have new people on here. What do you prefer, watching it week by week or binge watching? Honestly, we got Marat's, but give your reasons why. Why would you prefer binging, or why do you prefer watching it week by week on a show that you actually started you're really into? So let's start off. We already kind of know Marat, so I'm gonna start off with Greg first, Sean, and then Marat. You will be the last one to answer the question. So Greg, what do you prefer? Binge watch? Always binge?
Yeah, I always binge. I wait for the season to be over. If I'm not missing anything, I always tend to miss an episode. I know there's DVR and stuff like that, but I still tend to miss episodes if I don't just binge it all in a row.
So, and the reason I bring this up with the age of social media, everybody posting stuff, you're not afraid of somebody spoiling it for you?
It happens all the time, man. It happens all the time, but at the same time, just with my schedule and stuff, I figured if I block off blocks that I watch it over, a couple week period or whatever it may be. But I'm so far behind, man. I'm still on Mandalorian season 1, so that gives you an idea.
Damn, Greg.
What did he say? I'm sorry. What did he just say?
I know.
Did he say he's a Mandalorian season 1?
Season 1. I'm on the last episode though. I'm on the last episode.
Are you like Shannon? You haven't seen ET either? What's going on with you? What are you, communist? What's going on with you?
It's more recent stuff. Like in the last 5 years, things have ever since I got kids, man. Ever since I had kids, I'm watching more stuff like the original X-Men. He watches that on Disney. We watch like Rebels, stuff like that. So when I have free time, that's what we do.
Hey, you don't get hurt when you watch the first episode of X-Men. They talk about VCRs. I'm like, they don't have these anymore.
I got a couple set up still, man.
You do?
Yeah, seriously.
Well, you've seen his stuff. He has
you're right. He has
old stuff from stuff from me and Marat's time.
You can't see it in the camera here, but some of my
Marat's time. Oh.
Hey, sorry, Marat, you're like a brother now because we're the same age.
Oh, little Tokyo.
Nice.
Oh,
wait. What was that? Show me.
Oh no, you're too old to see it now.
You won't be able to read it.
Yeah, sorry, there's a little glare going on here.
Okay.
Showdown in Tokyo. Brandon Lee.
Read it to him, man. You should know this by now, Greg.
Man.
He doesn't
Sean,
read. He doesn't read.
Sean, how old are you, Sean?
41.
Oh, what a baby! You're such a baby.
And Greg, you're in your 50s, Greg, right?
No, I'm 40. I'm 40.
Damn.
Wait a minute, did you say Greg was in his 50s? Jesus Christ.
Dell didn't do his research.
No, I knew Greg was older than me, but I thought he was an older guy that looked younger because he looks young. Like Marat fucking looks young too. See, you look your age, Cesar. Marat does not.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
but if I shaved, I would look like Sean, all nice and young.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Call you out right now and do it tomorrow and see what happens.
You know what? I'll shave for the next show. How's that?
If I let my hair go, I'll be 10 years older. Because it grows, it's not on top.
Oh, I don't want to be at that age yet. Sean, so question to you: do you prefer binge watching or do you watch week by week?
If it's something that comes out week by week, I like to watch it when it comes out, or like the next day, because it'll eventually get spoiled, or like to keep myself entertained while I'm working during the day. I like to listen to like a bunch of different podcasts and stuff that talk about all that stuff. So it's like instantly is somebody's going to spoil it or ruin whatever's going on in the show or movie, whatever. But if it's something like the last couple of years, Cobra Kai's come out on I think Christmas Day or New Year's Day or something like that. That I'll sit down and binge. I'll watch like the entire episode or the entire season over a weekend or something. Like I said, it's just for me. It's like I hate seeing the stuff get spoiled, and I just enjoy listening to some of the commentary and stuff that I'll find on YouTube and stuff. So it's like that's something that keeps my brain going while I'm sitting there doing whatever other stuff that I'm supposed to be working on. I gotta have something playing.
All the stuff that Marat gives you.
Yeah.
I another show I recommend on Netflix that we also binged was The Gentleman.
Oh, was it good? I just saw like the top of it.
It's one of the best shows to come out this year so far.
I'm in the middle of it. I think I'm on episode 3.
Oh shit! So it's good. Like
Gentleman. You don't have to have seen the movie to kind of get it. They kind of deviate a little bit from the actual movie. The movie to me is absolutely fantastic. Matthew McConaughey, Colin Farrell. It's fucking fantastic. But The Gentleman on Netflix is top.
I'm just surprised the old people here have seen it already. So just Gentleman is great. Oh, hey, Jason, how old are you, Jason? I think like 44, aren't you? 45, somewhere in the up there.
We're gonna ask everyone's age now, Marat. Come on. Hey, how are you? Are you older than 52?
Marat, so obviously your answer was to binge watch it, right?
I mean, I do both.
49. See, all of y'all are in the same age range and watching it together.
No, he's still young. Jason, you're still young.
Bro, you're like 2 years apart. Or 3. 3 years apart. Come on now.
I may not read, but Dell doesn't do math either. So
hey, you would have gone to high school together pretty much. Right? I mean, anyway.
Marat, your class of 90?
Yep.
There you go. Yeah.
I was born in 88.
No, you weren't. Were you born in 88?
I was born in 88.
Really?
I'm 36.
I get the shit from Andy all the time because there's a 14-year age difference between us. So.
Wait, Mandy's older than me? Wait, how old is Mandy?
Ooh.
She's yelling from upstairs. There's a 13-year difference between us?
Oh, she's over here.
I can hear that.
She's in dog years, apparently she's 70.
Yeah.
Andy's in her 30s. 37, right, babe? 38. Okay. Well, she looks like
older than me. I'm the youngest person in our other group. I mean, our other. I didn't know that. I thought Mandy was younger than me.
No, Shannon is. Yeah, Shannon's a little bit older than you. Yeah.
Well, I know. I'm not even gonna say nothing about Shannon.
Don't say it because she'll kick your ass 100%.
Yeah, I'm 100% scared of her.
Shannon will kick. She will cut you in your sleep.
Let's stop talking about her.
She's like the boogeyman. You don't want to talk about it.
Baba Yaba.
The Baba Yaga. The Baba Yaga. Yeah.
That could be the next podcast. Is Shannon coming after you?
What? She's back on in 2 weeks because we have our monthly shows.
She's back on in 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, let me just change the subject right now. I had another thing in my head.
I had one down.
Go ahead.
So yesterday I saw for the first time, I think it dropped, right? The trailer for The Acolyte.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. All right. Anything with Carrie Ann Moss doing fucking kung fu shit, Jedi shit now, I'm in. Uh, it looks pretty badass. I'm kind of jonesing for another Star Wars TV show because Ahsoka left me wanting more. What's that show called, Dale? The
Which
one I
one?
just said.
Ahsoka.
Oh, okay, he's getting better. So that show left me wanting more, and so now that the Acolyte's coming out in June, if you guys haven't seen it yet, go check it out. The Acolyte trailer, it is looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm excited that we're gonna get what looks to be a lot of lightsaber fights.
A lot of lightsaber fights. What has been missing, which we thought we are going to get more of that during Ben Kenobi, the one
Yeah.
whatever fucking show is.
Obi-Wan.
We got some Obi-Wan. We got some of it, but not as much.
Obi-Wan was excellent. I did see all that. That was good.
Oh, so wait a minute. You see all of Obi-Wan, but you're still in episode 1 of Mandalorian.
It's Obi-Wan, man.
Man, Greg, your ass backwards. If I would have known.
Hey, have you seen Boba Fett?
Well, you're not missing too much, my friend.
Yeah.
That one you can wait like maybe when you're 80. Watch it.
Yeah.
You're shitting your pants in diapers. Just watch that Boba Fett and you feel all right.
When I started Obi-Wan, I couldn't stop. So that one, I just went straight through.
All right. Andor. I recommend Andor. Andor is great. I loved Andor.
I haven't seen it. I do want to.
I'm not going to ask you again about anything else.
What you asked me about the Crow? You guys?
Oh, the Crow! Oh my gosh! I didn't even think about that because this homeboy right here, Greg motherfucking Haw, is a Crow dude.
Let's have him. Your thoughts, Dean, Greg, because you are a big fan of this. So, Marat and Sean, have you all seen it yet? The trailer?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you guys' thoughts?
It doesn't look like the Crow.
I'm willing to give it a chance. Like, it looks like a cool movie. Sometimes you walk out of a movie and you go like, it was a good movie, but it wasn't the character that I think it is.
Yeah.
So it looks like
that's the way the trailer looks.
Badass, I'm like, I'll go watch it. And, I think we also kind of, in our mind, make certain movies better than they are. Like,
all the time,
just in general, because they hit you at a certain point in your life. Like you go back. I'll go back and movies that I think are phenomenal. I'll watch them again, and I'll go, "Oh, that was as good as I remembered it."
Yeah, it's called Highlander.
But the concept is still fantastic, and there's still scenes in it. But if you watch the whole movie, you remember it as this like, holy crap, it's almost perfect. And then you watch it again, and you go, oh, there's a lot of parts that aren't that perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Very few movies hold up to me, maybe the first Matrix. Like I watch it and I go, it still holds up. Like it's still phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
But most, you go back and you're like, oh, like Spider-Man 1 wasn't as great as I remembered it because, now I'm used to Spider-Man swinging on a web and climbing walls and looking like it's actually happening and that he's not, climbing on the floor and then they just switch the film sideways and now
you mean he's crawling sideways?
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, so to me, I don't have that kind of. I enjoyed The Crow. It's not romanticized in my head, so I'll be able to go into that movie and go like, all right, let's see, and I might walk out and go, Brandon Lee was better, but I'll be able to enjoy it for what it is. But clearly, a lot of Crow fans can't say the same thing.
That being said,
we also live in a society where people are just waiting to complain about something.
Oh yeah.
You have no idea, man.
Yeah.
You can make the best movie in the fucking world perfect, and someone come out and say, "Oh, what a shitty ass movie."
That's it.
Dude, I gave the Marvel 6.5 and I put it on the page. People were roasting me like, "Why are you lying to them?" and "Why are you this and that?" I'm like, I wasn't hating. I had some critiques about it. About the villain was like the biggest thing. Like, I hated the villain. Like, I can't believe it was that powerful. Other than that, it was like little things here and there, the story wise. But it was an entertaining movie.
It's subjective. It's subjective. People, what you guys might think is bullshit. I like what I like. You guys might think it's bullshit. So, Greg, what do you think? What's going on in your head with this whole Crow thing?
Honestly, my only issue with it is that they're using Eric Draven again. I think they should have used the Crow on each. There's different Crows, right?
Yeah.
And James O'Barr, the creator of Crow, kind of said that he wanted to retire Eric Draven after that first Brandon Lee movie. So I don't know how they brought James in or how much involvement James. I've talked to him a little bit about it, but I don't know how much involvement in the end he had with that one, because he was very on board with the Jason Momoa project, because originally it was supposed to be Jason Momoa that was going to play the Crow, and some things fell through that didn't allow it to happen. And I could tell James pretty excited about that, but for whatever reason it didn't happen in this one. So I do kind of like they changed his look, because they're getting away from the Brandon Lee Crow.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. At the same time, they go with Eric Draven when you can have there's multiple Crows, just like there's multiple Spawns in the Spawn universe. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing that confused me. But I don't mind the look change. I think it's a good thing. I'm excited to see it.
So next topic I got, and I wondered what y'all's 2 cents. It's been confirmed already about this. He is, well, as of now, the rumors that he's not only has he been offered, but he's already he's taking the role of the new James Bond. Do you remember who this guy is?
Yeah, of course.
Kick-Ass.
Yeah, it's funny because I know him as Kick-Ass as well. Yeah.
And it's great. I mean, I think he's a good actor, but as James Bond, I gotta wait and see how he is in the first movie. After that, then I'll make my critiques about it.
Have you seen Bullet Train?
Yeah, that was a good movie. Yeah,
he's great in Bullet Train. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if he plays up that as Bond, I think it'll work.
Yeah, you know what? I'm at this stage in my life where I don't give a shit until I watch it, then I'll form my opinion.
Yeah,
you don't read about it. So yeah.
Well, I'm definitely don't read about it because I just want to watch it and then I will go. So Cesar, what do you think? Now I can tell you what I think, but I can't tell you too much based on a trailer or a fucking ad and go, oh, that movie's gonna suck, man. It's like, how do you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I don't like that actor, so it's gonna suck.
He's a good actor regardless. I don't care.
And remember, he's Craven.
Yep.
Okay. Thoughts on Craven right now. Now we're on the topic. Because me personally, I hate the fact that they're making him into a PETA kind of character where he saves the animals instead of killing them.
In this society, and I see it as, then don't fucking make it. If you can't make Craven the hunter, Craven the hunter, instead you're gonna make him Craven the animal lover, then don't make it.
The way you said it.
The animal, what the person who is backing the animals. In today's society, that's what they're going to have to do because they're not going to have him wearing a fucking lion mane around his neck. It's just not going to happen. So to me, why even bother choosing a character that is quote unquote looked differently upon in our society nowadays? So don't make it. Because when you make it, then you have people like us going, oh, well, great. Now he has he could talk to the animals or he has the strength of a lion and all that.
No, the way he got his powers was kind of weird.
Oh, he gets his power because he had saliva go down his throat or something like that from a lion or some bullshit. I mean, come on, man.
I'm with you on that. There we go.
They need to make him actually hunt Spider-Man. I know there's all sorts of legal stuff between Sony and Marvel and all that mess, but if they could work something out to where Spider-Man actually shows up in these movies about all of Spider-Man's rogues,
Why make Craven if you're not going to have him meet Spider-Man? It makes no sense. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't fucking get it.
Like somebody mentioned Madam Web. That's the exact point. Who are you making these movies for? Because the people that want these characters, you're not making it for them because you're straying so far from the source material.
Yeah.
And the people you're making it for don't want to see these movies. So that's why you have flops, because you're not making it for any audience that wants it.
Don't all of us at least want Venom to at least meet or see or fucking have a cup of coffee with Spider-Man at least? on the same screen. But no, it's so far no good. Saying we get fucking shitty ass version of Carnage in a movie I already forgot, and it enrages me that we live in a time where we could have so many movies at our fingertips as a childhood growing up, going, God, oh my God, if I can't imagine if, and they have the probability, but because of legalities and ownership and all this bullshit, we don't get that.
It's Night Monkey.
I hate
Caesar, question, Caesar. When did you stop reading comics?
When did I stop reading? I never started. I've been
So
collecting.
how do you know it's not part of the source material?
Well, according to the lore, all right, I do.
Who told you about the lore? Did somebody like
Okay, all right,
verbally?
all
We
right.
had books on tape, remember?
Let me set something straight.
Pages.
Let me set something straight, you morons. I read. I read. I just don't read comics. I've never read a comic from beginning to end, and I started collecting comics in the 80s. Never once opened and read from page one all the way through. Never in my life. I never read anything.
Wikipedia.
But I know, thank you, Russ. I know shit because people always ask me that. Well, if you don't read comic books, so how do you know? I'm like, I fucking know about Egypt, but I've never been there. What the fuck? I mean, come on.
Because you read a book, right?
I've read some stuff. I just said I don't read comics. See, all you goofs have it wrong. I read. I just don't read comics and storylines. You bunch of jackoffs. My God, man.
So this is another one. Look, this is a prime example. I shared this out, right, because I shared all this information I find, and then the first comment is he race swapped. So like they didn't even try to look into it or figure out what it's about. It's like, oh, they just want to know if he's race swapped. Honestly, like
Remember,
if
remember
they
the
do race
bullshit.
swap him, huh?
Remember the bullshit that when it leaked that the dude from Walking Dead, what's his name, the voice of Invincible?
Oh, Morgan, no, that's
Stephen Yeun?
Yeah, that he was gonna play Sentinel.
Sentry.
oh yeah,
Sentry.
Sentry.
And people lost their shit. He's too small. He's too big. He's Asian. Sentry's not Asian. You need a blonde guy. It's like, oh, come on, man. You know, it's one thing if they made Shang-Chi a white dude from Beverly Hills. You know, then it's like, I already saw that. It's called Beverly Hills Ninja, right? We don't want that again. But who cares, man? Just make the story good. Make a good fucking movie so we could come out and go, hey, you know what? That was a good movie. And we forgot who the hell that main character was. Black, white, purple, orange. We didn't give a fuck. It was a good movie. So a good script is who you forget is playing it. That's when you know it's a good movie. When you kind of get blurry-eyed of who's actually the main character and you actually enjoy the movie. That's what we want. And that's what we're not getting. And that's why a lot of the movies are tanking. And that's why Marvel announced they're not doing an Ant-Man 4.
Yep.
They're not doing a Captain Marvel 3.
Yep.
Or was the Captain Marvel 3?
Yeah, Captain Marvel 3, and then Eternals. They're not doing another sequel.
And Eternals. But they're moving forward with Ironheart and they're moving forward with Wonder Man. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're thinking we're done with Ant-Man. We're done with the Captain Marvel. Let's start something new, fresh blood. I'm all for that. Just give us a good story. That's all we want. Thank you. Welcome to my TED Talk.
So let's move on from the negativity that Cesar was talking about. And then, look, this is the movie that y'all should know, and I'm kind of pumped to see. Is this one of the Island of Dr. Monroe?
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching this when I was younger, when I was like maybe in my diapers. Y'all are probably in high school already.
I'm surprised that Dell actually said the word right. I was waiting for you to butcher the shit out of that.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna get my own applause. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I usually butcher these names, honestly. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It's cool to see superhero movies, and we're not getting a lot of them now, but something a little bit different. Like, yeah, it's been done before, but it hasn't been seen like in 15 years. I know this is the third time they're trying, or the second time they're gonna try to make a different adaptation about this. So it's good to see something a little bit different.
I think they did one years ago, and I want to say it was with Val Kilmer, but It could be wrong.
That sounds right.
Right. And I love this story. I've always found this fascinating. And I think with absolutely already Anthony Hopkins and with the special effects and the CGI we have now, I think it'd actually be pretty good.
It looks like Harry and the Hendersons. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Cow action.
Harry and the Hendersons. But it's I don't know, guys. It's frustrating, man. We're in 2024 and here we are complaining about movies that they keep talking, you know. I'm hoping The Crow does well. I'm not like Greg. I'm not going to be waiting in line or sleeping in a tent for day one, but I'll wait till it comes out at home and I'll watch it at home. You know,
I'll be watching it in the theater, 100%.
You'll definitely watch in theater. And we talked about this last time that I don't do movie theaters unless it's a movie I want to see. So that being said, I probably will go see Deadpool 3 in the theaters.
Yeah, the last movie I saw in the theater was Top Gun. That tells you how often.
Oh, that was a good movie though.
The first one?
This no,
Oh, okay.
I'm not that old.
Oh, okay. You son of a bitch!
Came on 87, right?
Crossing the line.
Damn, it's 80. It came out 87.
I think so.
That's older than me.
No, did really Top Gun come out in 87?
No, that can't be possible. I've seen it.
Top Gun.
I've probably seen it in VCR, but
you saw it on VCR. 1986. You're close.
Wow, it's that old. That guy doesn't fucking age.
Yeah, he looks
no, he looks a little. It looks a little swollen. You know what I'm saying? The Scientology is getting to him.
Yeah, Brandon, we did talking about the Crow. See, he doesn't like it. You can tell by his face.
Yeah, we did. We did, Brandon.
Talking about what Greg or y'all were saying, what movies are you actually going to go to the theaters this year? Like, I know of 2 movies I'm going to watch, or maybe 3.
Oh.
So I know I'm going to watch Godzilla and King Kong, right? And I'm going to watch Daredevil.
Deadpool.
So I'm going to watch those 2 for sure. What are y'all going to watch?
I'm going to see Ghostbusters on Friday.
Oh, it's already coming out.
That's already coming out Friday?
Yep.
I just saw Kung Fu Panda 4 with my 7-year-old last
How
weekend.
was it?
It was actually pretty good. It was pretty good.
I never knew there was a 4.
I didn't either till he begged me to see it.
it like just came out like a week or so ago.
Yeah, it did.
How about you, Marat? When you have time.
Yeah, I love going to movies. So that's kind of me and Mandy's thing. If we get a chance, we'll go see good movies, bad movies. We just love going to movies. I saw Dune 2, so that's already one on the list.
Yeah, we saw that last week. That was good.
I heard it's good.
I'll definitely go see Deadpool 3. You know, that's awesome. Just those, you know, Wolverine and Deadpool in a movie. I don't care what they do as long as, you know, I see Wolverine's claws and Deadpool says some funny shit on me. I'm trying to think what else what's just coming out this year.
And it's crazy. It's not a lot of like Marvel or superhero movies. It's gonna
we're in a lull on that. We won't be seeing that for a while.
Yeah. Godzilla Kong comes out.
Yeah, Godzilla Kong will definitely go see. You know, I'm a sucker for movies. Like, you know, I just need to go out there and be entertained for an hour and a half, 2 hours. You know, whatever it is. I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely the same way that's our usual break of getting away from stuff for the week. It's like Thursday or Friday night, go see a movie.
I tell you what I did start watching, and I stopped because my wife was over my shoulder, was Blue-Eyed Samurai, and what a good show that was. The first episode got me. I was like, I'm in. You know, I can see why people love the show, and that's why they're going to be renewing it for second season. But Blue-Eyed Samurai is really not for kids. That's for damn sure. It's a lot of violence and stuff.
How about Rebel Moon? I'm off the camera right now, but did y'all watch Rebel Moon after that? Like the whole thing that was supposed to take over Star Wars?
Oh, you know what? I forgot all about that.
We watched it.
What'd you think, Sean?
It was all right, but I got to be honest, there was parts that were boring. I started falling asleep.
I enjoyed it, but I feel like it's going to be a better watch if you have both parts in one.
Yeah.
If you're trying to do so much setup in the first chapter, that, like Sean said, you do get bored. And the only thing I didn't like, you can literally go like, oh, that's his Harry Potter part. Oh, that's his Star Wars part. Oh, that's his Matrix part. Like you can literally, and I love
Zack Snyder, man.
Yeah, I love his movies. Like I'm a huge fan of the.
I'm a 300 Watchmen, Sucker Punch.
Is fantastic. Sucker Punch. Day of the Dead. Was it Day of the Dead? Whichever one he directed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm a fan of Zack Snyder. I think Justice League, his cut is fantastic.
His cut, yes, his cut. There you go.
Yeah. You know, I'm a big fan. Like there's not much that he's done that I don't like. And again, I enjoy it for what it is. Pop and flip, you know, like just be entertained. It doesn't have to be a deep story. But this one, I just feel like he was literally like, this is my, I mean, he did it with Sucker Punch. Oh, I like anime. Oh, I like World War II stuff. So here's the World War II chapter.
Yeah.
But that was like so clean and seamless. Where this one is just like thrown at you at all times, and it takes you away from the basic story.
So there's a two-parter. So this is the two-parter. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, part 2 is coming out in April. So
yeah.
All right. Well, maybe I'll just wait till part 2 comes out. So
Furiosa. That's one of the movies I'm going to go see.
Oh, Furiosa. Yeah. Yes, I can admit that trailer gave me goosebumps. I don't know why.
Planet of the Apes, but that comes out.
Oh, I like Meets the Planet of the Apes. Yeah. I'm a big fan of the Ape fan.
Does that new Alien movie come out this year, or is that next year?
Which one?
The Alien Romulus. They released a trailer for it today. It's like a little minute teaser trailer.
Apparently, August 16th. I put the reason reading these off is because I just popped up a movie list of upcoming movies.
So, wait, so they're doing another Aliens movie?
Yeah. The trailer, like, it's creepy. Like, they're leaning into the horror of the first Alien movie.
So is this going to be a prequel to the prequel, or is this still like...
I think it's actually a sequel, but I'm not positive on that.
A sequel to which one?
Alien and Aliens. This is the way it looks, but I don't know.
Oh, God. Man.
Oh, and Gladiator 2.
Oh, yeah.
But isn't that like a prequel?
No, Gladiator 2, it takes place after, it looks like, but it's done by Ridley Scott is doing it.
Oh, I thought it was a prequel. It's not a prequel. Oh, shit. Okay.
We forgot Furiosa coming out this year.
Well, yeah, Sean just mentioned that.
Oh, shit, my bad.
It's Furiosa looks, now that I might go, right? Chris Hemsworth, that one chick, I'm in. You know, I forget her name. What's it? Anna Taylor Thomas, or what is it?
Anya Taylor-Joy, right?
Boy, was I off. Oh shit, I'm old.
The Joker movie too is supposed to come out.
Oh, that's right.
Man,
I still haven't seen the first one.
I am nervous as fuck for that Joker movie.
It's supposed to be a musical, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
I am nervous.
I'm very excited about that.
What's that, Marat?
I'll wait that drops on HBO Max.
Yeah, that's a Max job, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Oh, Roadhouse was supposed to come out already.
Roadhouse comes out today or tomorrow. One of the days. Tomorrow.
That's streaming. That's
the
movie.
It's
on Prime Video, isn't it?
It's on Prime Video. So I did see a trailer. It's not really a trailer, right? They showed you like a first 3 minutes of the bar scene, and it looks like they're trying to do not a shot for shot, but they're going with it. But they're making Roadhouse, the guy or whatever his name was, Patrick Swayze's character. They're making him kind of mouthy, witty, kind of jokey, right? Whereas the original one with Patrick Swayze, he didn't joke much. As a matter of fact, he hardly fucking talked. So they're probably going to put the little twist to it. But the fact that Conor McGregor is the bad guy, you know, he's the yes, actually, he's the version of the guy who got his heart cut out. Sorry, no spoilers, but if you haven't fucking seen the first one, then you're screwed. Yeah, if you haven't seen the first one, just let you know, Roadhouse is a remake. People don't think, oh, it's this new movie called Roadhouse. No, come on.
So, Fall Guy is gonna be coming out. And that one looks funny.
That looks good.
I didn't even know that existed until I saw an ad with a cover of like they're doing a Fall Guy.
So there's one movie coming out at the end of the year called The Lord of the Rings, the War of Rohirrim, or whatever the hell that is.
Oh, God, please, Del, please learn that before you say that again.
I mean, at least I can read it.
It's Rohirrim, just to let you know. Oh, God.
Whatever, right. Go ahead.
I'm for anything Lord of the Rings, so I'm there.
Oh, I Power of the Ring, I was all over it.
Yeah, I love that.
It was a great show. I think it is coming back. As a matter of fact, from what I understand, it was already in the can before the whole writer strike happened. So it's going to be happening. But anything Lord of the Rings, I'm fucking in.
You got Borderlands coming out as well. Inside Out 2 for the kids. That one looks like a good watch for my kids.
I just saw Beetlejuice too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Beetlejuice is coming back.
People are excited with that. Yeah. Now, see, is that purely nostalgia? Are people going to go see that because they love the first one so much that it's going to be so popular? Because
Jenny Ortega was a good, to me, was a good Wednesday, so I would watch it because of her.
Yeah.
She's phenomenal.
Another Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
What's that?
Another Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes coming out too.
Yeah.
That's
Marat brought that up. Anything Planet of the Apes, I'm in.
Twisters is coming out.
Yeah.
That's nostalgia.
It looks good. Like I don't know if I'll see it in the theater.
Wait a minute. Is there a trailer out for that already?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Twisters. So did anyone ever ask for a fucking Twisters 2?
I did. Honestly, I like that movie a lot. Like
I love that movie.
So I saw the first one at a drive-in, and we were on the lake at the drive-in. So when that storm's rolling in the movie, there was a storm rolling in over the lake when we were watching it. I'm never gonna forget that movie.
Well, speaking of what Marat said earlier, Marat, when you go back, let's name some of these movies, right? That
hopefully there's sharks.
You go back and you rewatch it. Does it still hold? So in other words, if you watch Twister now, does it still hold from when you first saw it the first time?
Yeah, because the acting is really good in it.
Yeah,
right.
Bill Paxton, like, it's a good movie because, and it's also, I just hold it in my mind. It was entertaining for 90 minutes. I don't revere it as this amazing work of cinema that,
Right. It was what it was, right?
Yeah, like, it's enjoyable. So I'm sure if I go watch it, some stuff will be dated, but for the most part, I'll go, it's cool. It's a fun story.
Food. What's the name of that actor? He passed away already, but he was a great actor.
Bill Paxton.
No, not Bill Paxton. The other one. The one kept saying,
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
There we go.
Philip Seymour Hoffman. Yeah. He was it Dusty or Rusty or something like that?
Yeah, Dusty Rusty, the cousin or something. He was a good actor.
Try it, Dale.
Okay, this is. Yeah, I know you haven't seen it, so just put it on there.
just gonna get you like a copyright strike.
Guys, whatever's in there, it's big and it's moving fast. Drive. Go.
Ooh.
Guys, you gotta get out of here. Do you hear me?
I thought this was Ben.
Tyler Owens. Calls himself the Tornado Wrangler. If you feel it, Cesar! I said if you feel it, Cesar! All right, here we go. Oh, she's perfect.
She's gorgeous.
You thought you could destroy a tornado.
We never had a chance.
You want one? You don't face your fears. You ride them.
We got twins! Twins! Is that it?
Nope.
You gotta admit though, every natural disaster movie has done good.
Well, yeah, I'm a sucker for natural disaster movies. But that's a home watch for me. But I'll watch it.
I would too.
I
I'm
mean,
not gonna lie.
it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny that nowadays now you can introduce like drones and shit like that. Because back in the old days they didn't have that. But now you have all this different technology that you could throw in the movie. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Challengers, Blackout, Transformers 1.
So I heard they're redoing the whole Transformers thing.
Scarlett Johansson, Chris Hemsworth, and Keegan Michael are going to be on there. Wow, that's a good lineup right there.
For who? For what?
Transformers 1.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Anything Scarlett Johansson is in, I am going to be 100% behind it.
I think that Transformers movie is like all animated. I don't think it's
Never mind.
Oh, it's all voice.
Yeah, they're all voice actors.
That's funny.
Turtles one they just did.
Well, there you
Which
go.
one?
The Turtles one that just came out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is a-
That's a big disappointment. Yeah, I just look at big Optimus Prime voice. Man, Sean fucked up my dreams.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm not gonna see her as Black Widow anymore. Well,
you never know. I mean, there's been talk about her coming back, so who fucking knows?
Hell, I mean, it sounds like anything can happen for Secret Wars and whatever they're calling the other Avengers movie with the whole multiverse and all that mess.
Oh god, where are they gonna go with all this, man?
It's
You know
a big
what?
clutch, man.
I mean, is what's his face in? He's out, right? Kang is in, now he's back out. Now they're gonna bring in something else. Now we have the Fantastic Four. Who's gonna be this? It's gonna be Doom. It's gonna be Galactus. Is Silver Surfer gonna come out? We have all these things. You know, are they gonna finally do a Ghost Rider for the Marvel Presents on Disney Plus?
Bad Boys 4 is coming out this summer. So, Venom: The Last Dance. Venom coming out this year?
No, I don't think so.
It says there's Venom the last October 2024.
Really?
I think it is.
Honestly, I'm still gonna watch it. But after the last Carnage movie,
I'm worried. Who's the director? Does it say who the director is for the next Venom movie?
let me see. It doesn't say. It doesn't. There's not even a plot or anything to it.
Like I saw that Aquaman 2 or 3 or 2. It was.
Oh, that was bad. That was bad.
What it was bad.
Whoa.
See, Marat, I took it for what it was, right? I went in with my expectations, kind of like whatever.
I did not have high expectations, and it was bad. And usually, like, I try to watch superhero movies just to go like, it's awesome that they're making these because my whole youth I was just waiting for these to come out, but I thought it was pretty bad. Like I actually honestly enjoyed Marvels more than I enjoyed that. So.
Right. Well, one of these days I'll watch. One of these days I'll watch Marvels, and one of these days I'll come and watch Madam Web. I don't know, someday.
Yeah.
Oh, it comes out this year too.
Easy.
What's that, Marat? What'd you say?
I said Marvels I watched on a flight, so that made it.
Oh,
easy.
that's yeah. You can't throw yourself out the window.
Yep. But it wasn't good. But I thought it was better than Aquaman. But that's just me.
What? It's better than Aquaman? Nah, hell no. Aquaman was better. Still was better.
I know. We will agree to disagree.
There you go.
So another movie I'm looking forward to watching is Wicked. But the other one I'm sorry we didn't talk about it was A Quiet Place Day One.
Oh yeah, that's I love those movies, so I'm definitely there.
Which one, Dale?
A Quiet Place Day One.
Oh yeah, I only saw the first one, so I didn't.
You haven't seen the second one?
No.
They've both been pretty good, honestly.
I don't know. I just I don't know. I don't know, man. I've been so complacent nowadays. I'm fucking watching Amazing Race season 4. You know, I don't know. I've been binging some stupid shit because I don't know. I mean, it's now going back to binging. This is the problem about binging. My wife wants to watch every single show right here, right now, everything. I said, let's watch 3 episodes, and then tomorrow, let us enjoy. Let it just marinate a little bit, because when you finish it, you're like, so what do you want to watch now? Oh no, because you just blew through a thing. At least watch three, and then watch another three, and then it sucks. It sucks.
I
It sucks.
just barely started watching The Reacher, and I'm enjoying that.
Oh, Reacher is
I'm at
fucking.
like a eighth episode of first season.
Oh,
First,
yeah. Oh, first season. Oh, that's good stuff, man. Reacher's
Well,
badass.
It's
was
so
that
good.
Marat?
Better than season 2.
Better than season 2?
I'm
Well,
saying season 1 was better in my opinion than season 2 of Reacher. I
I
didn't.
I I would agree. Maybe.
what the hell is that, Caesar?
Well, it's me trying to figure out if I want to agree with Gray, because that fucker doesn't watch anything.
He
So
needs to do.
I don't know. I don't know.
watched Obi-Wan. He watches one thing.
He didn't watch Obi-Wan, right?
I did.
So we're still friends, Greg.
And Showdown in Tokyo. That's 2. I got your back,
Yeah.
Greg.
Thank you. Thank you.
Surely Shrek 2 re-release. There's not okay, well there's some good movies. There's not a lot of like shows or stuff that I'm really waiting on. Obviously I watch anime. Oh, talking about that. I don't know how big of a fan y'all were like watching Dragon Ball Z. Toriyama passed away recently.
Mhm.
He's a big iconic legend in the artist in the manga anime industry. Um, did you all know who he was, or did you ever watch? I mean, I know there's some Poos, Hamaji and Goku and Vegeta. There's like two different kinds, so I love those. I got those. But what were your thoughts on that, guys?
I mean, it's sad any great creator passes away, an iconic creator like that. I'm not a huge Dragon Ball Z guy. I watched a few episodes. Obviously, we've parodied some of the covers, but it's sad when anybody that's part of the creative community passes, especially somebody that had such groundbreaking ideas and so
And young.
Yeah.
He was what, 61 or something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's young. That's a young dude, man. I mean,
As we get older, right? Like I'm 36. I'm the youngest, right? And I'm still old to a lot of people. A lot of our like iconic artists, writers, and stuff are slowly passing away. We've seen, Adams passed away, Perez passed away. There's been a lot of people slowly passing away. And and at one point, Murat, you and Sean are gonna be like, oh shit, I'm not gonna say you're gonna die in the next 5 years, right? I'm just saying in the future, do you feel? I think me as a fan, I feel like you're gonna be in those names in the future where, oh shit, you're gonna have a lot of people saying rest in peace, stuff like that. Do you feel like you're gonna be at their level? Like, you ever feel like, oh, I am with the greats?
not me personally, no. I always feel like I'm just lucky that I get to hang out with some of those guys. I've gotten to hang out with Stanley, and I've become George Perez is one of my favorite all timers, and I became buddies with him and got to hang out with him. And obviously, I came up being I'm on text groups with Robert Kirkman and Rob Liefeld and guy who runs Apple TV. We're all Laker fans, so during the games we'll text each other, and so I always take a step and I go, what kind of world do I live in that I'm texting with the guy who created The Walking Dead and the guy who created Deadpool and the guy that's running Apple TV. Like I'm always that little kid that worked at a comic book store. That's always my perception. I mean, I still get surprised when people are like, I'll walk down the convention and people are like, right, or hey, you're the poo guy. Like it's still like to me is like, oh shit, because I still kind of uh, don't feel like I'm anywhere near that level. So yeah, for me personally, I don't see myself that way. Like it's surprising to me when people are like, oh, you're my favorite artist, or I collect all your work. Like that's still kind of a weird thing for me. And like I said, I've been doing this for 30 years, so.
And I'm like you say that, right? But to me, I'm like those people that Brady mentioned. I know you now, but I'm like, oh, it's so cool, right? When I first ever met you, I'm like, he said yes to get on the show, and we had you on, and then the more I conversate with you is like in comment section because we're friends on Facebook, and I'll comment this, and you respond, I'm like, oh shit, he said something, you know what I mean? Like to me, you're like my George Pettis, you know what I mean? Like up there, like, oh shit, that's Marat. We have him on the show. He's a big name. Can't wait to have him on and have a conversation with him. Yeah, I'm talking all nonchalant, but at the end of the day, you're Marat. You're well known. You have a following. There is groups where do you poo and Marat stuff. You know what I mean? There you are. To me, you made it. To me, right? Cesar probably said,
I mean, yeah, I made it because this is a hard industry. Like it chews people up and spits them out. Guys, you'll see guys, you'll pick up, 80s and 90s and early 2000 Marvel books, and there'll be a guy who's done like 5 or 6 issues and you never heard from him again. Because this is a hard industry to make a living. Like it's not easy. I've had ups and I've had downs. I've been lucky that I had ups early in my career and then a lot of downs in the middle, and now the last 7-8 years experiencing the highest that I've ever enjoyed in my career. So just because of that, like, yeah, I made it. Not a lot of guys have 20-30 year career. Again, I've been blessed. I've hung out with Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, and have hung out with Todd McFarlane's and Jim Lee's and those guys, and had people that I idolized, become friends. And I get it, Del, because George Perez, when he would like wish me a happy birthday on Facebook, I was, 12-year-old kid again. I was like, and I've hung out with George at that point, met him, countless times. And I'm like, George Perez wished me happy birthday. Like the 468 other happy birthdays didn't matter for shit. George Perez wished me a happy birthday, and I was a happy camper. And and I get it. I have people walk up to me and go, Brigade, which was the first book I ever did, is my favorite comic of all time. To me, I just go, oh man, that work sucked. Like, I was a 19-year-old kid doing that stuff. But I understand it from that perspective. But if my head ever got that big, Mandy would slap the crap out of me. Like she would keep me that.
Literally.
So, and plus, speaking of George, the one thing, speaking to George and getting to know him, for a guy that's as iconic as he was just always kind and genuine to his fans, and he was like a super nice guy. And he told me one time, he's like, hey, you know what? That person meeting you, that's their experience. They can walk away from meeting you, and for you, you're meeting another fan, which you appreciate, and every fan, matters, and but to them, that's their experience. It's not just meeting somebody; it's an experience they have. Mm-hmm. And you saw people walking away from George Perez, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, nicest guy," and so he kind of, really, really, kind of not beat that into my head, but really resonated with me when he told me that. He was like, just remember, like every person that meets you, whether having a good day or a bad day, and everybody has good and bad days, and you're tired, you're hungry, you're tired of being at the convention or at the signing. For that one person, that could be the only time they meet you. And, you might be their favorite artist. You might be their favorite creator. So make sure they walk away with a good experience and not feel like, oh, this guy just does it, for the fame or the popularity or the money or any of the stuff,
I totally sympathize with Marat. When I'm in the porno store and someone says, hey, you're from the comic menu. Like, hey, how's it going, man? Yeah.
The guy doesn't read.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, and yeah, just we'll erase that last part from the podcast. But anyways, listen, guys, we try to keep the show. And
No, wait, no.
Oh, you have more?
I have more.
Oh,
I mean, because there was a big announcement they had back in February or January with Clyde McDonald. You are co-created with what was that? The Kickstarter with Cause and Effect.
Cause and Effect, yeah.
Well, with Tartan Publishing, right? It was their first one ever.
Yep.
How is that? Like, y'all were friends. This is their first publishing. There's the first thing. I know Sean's part of it too. Yeah.
Sean covered it. Cesar drew it. I wrote it. Yeah.
Are y'all excited for this? Like, how did this happen? We're gonna have client. We're gonna ask them, their side. Like, hey, what was if there was an idea? But did they approach you, or you were like, yeah, let's fucking just jump on it?
Oh, me and Sajad already started working on it. Like, we had this idea. We were like, let's do it. We'll figure it out. We'll kickstart it, or we'll find a publisher. We'll figure it out. Or Counterpoint will do it. We just, we're like, let's do it. So I started writing it. I laid it out. Sajad drew it. Sean started doing all the colors. And then right around that time, Steve approached me about, they wanted to get into the publishing space, not just the retail space. And I said, yeah, I love McDonald. They're like family to me, and obviously by, the Marthas that we got earlier in the stream. And so I told Steve, I was like, and Jod is really close with them. So is Sean, obviously. I told Steve, I was like, well, we already have this book that's pretty much done. Do you guys want to publish this? And they saw it, they loved it. Obviously the fact that we're all friends, that everybody involved is friends, and that was just kind of everything fell into place perfectly. Like it was meant to be a Tartan publishing book. So, and yeah, we're excited. I mean, it did fantastic on Kickstarter.
Close to 50K.
Yeah, we were like $30 short of 50K. So, so it did fantastic. Fans gravitated towards it, which is pretty amazing for a first-time publisher. And we're already starting on issue 2 pretty soon. We kind of started plotting it out, and we're excited, man. That's Tartan is kind of a part of a little kind of unit of publishers. Goblin Comics is another one. It's we got kind of little conglomerate, called Press Play Entertainment, and Tartan and Goblin falls under that, and there's another book that we're doing that we're going to be announcing soon. So yeah, it'll be, it's a blast. It's fun. It's fun to add help along the way, obviously. But I pretty much built that one from the ground up by myself. This is kind of cool just to be, part of a team and just kind of be along for the ride and just be, just part of the vote and kind of sit down with these other people and kind of figure everything out together. As opposed to at Counterpoint, like everything's kind of like my choice, so whether it fails or succeeds, the buck stops with me. With Press Play, I can actually blame other people if it doesn't work. So,
and like it's not your first time with Kickstarters because you were in the top. You're number 1 recently, right? Back in February, it was.
we had a big launch. No, but I mean, I think we're going to launch another one pretty soon here, and then there's going to be a pretty huge announcement coming for something we're going to kickstart. Just a deal that I closed earlier this week, so we're just getting that all going. But it's gonna be pretty epic, I think. But yeah, I mean, we've done I think 26 Kickstarters at this point as Counterpoint, and so we're pretty good track record, and a lot of success, and my career is full of blessings. Brian Polito is great with advice and kind of telling me what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. yeah, it's cool. It's awesome to be able to create stuff with your buddies. That's the coolest part. So yeah, Tartan's awesome. And a lot of stuff coming from them down the line.
Oh heck yeah! I mean, ever since I started working with them, I've known them. So I had the privilege of getting them to Whatnot. I'm the one that, hey, boom, and ever since then, we would be going to events together, and I think Greg was on some of them when I was doing events with Whatnot and selling. And that was in the beginning, and from there, I started. Now I'm promoting for them and advertising for them, so which is fun. Because like me on my side, me and Cesar been growing this page, and our 1 year anniversary is with the girls on the first week of April, and we're like 200 or 200 away from 29K. So we're like, dude, we're trying to. I'm trying to push it to hit 29K before that, and I'm going to do a giveaway. And this is a book that you old folks would know, because and no offense, right? Or not this old guy,
This old
but
folk, you idiot.
this I am gonna be giving away this one, Dark Image #1.
Oh,
So
that's
this is the
good.
first appearance of Max, Deathblow, Blood Wolf. So like I thought it would be something cool, right? Especially with the announcement of Max coming out with Shannon Tatum. Like there'll be a good giveaway. So on that day, I'll be giving this away. Just letting you know, I'm trying to push this as much as possible.
Yeah.
Uh,
29K, man. That's in a year, people.
It's impressive.
Impressive, yeah.
so
Yeah, that's a lot of it. Major of it is Dell. Dell hustles for that page, and we're getting to that close. We always have fun. Dell, we look forward to our Wednesdays, so we get to talk to cool people like you three, and Greg already knows he's an old hat already in this, but Sean is always good, and Marat first time, and hopefully not your last. I mean, we're stuck with your fiance. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But,
You guys are blessed with her. You're
blessed.
Who else?
Yeah, we're blessed.
they outshine us, her and Shannon together. And then I'm gonna get Dana on there. Oh no!
Welcome to me and Ryan lives. They outshine us too. So.
That's not a bad idea, Dale, to bring Dana on.
But they have their shows on Wednesday too, so it's hard to get her on. But I can just imagine those three together, and we're just gonna be quiet, let them do what they're gonna do.
I've seen it. It's a good time.
But now, with like how Cesar said, we do try to keep this under 2 hours. It's been over 2 hours easily. And before we say our goodbyes, we always want to let y'all promote, advertise, and see what you want to talk about real quick before we get off. We're gonna start off with Sean. You want to promote something? I know we've promoted your Kickstarter, but if anything else you want to promote, go ahead and start doing it right now.
Okay. Yeah, Kickstarter launches next Friday. We're gonna hopefully have a new Scarlet book out later in the year. Be at WonderCon next week. And then C2E2 coming up next month. I think that covers most all the stuff. All my social media and everything is at Sean Forney Art, like on the screen there.
Dude, I forgot we didn't even talk about the cons because cons are coming up. It's a big thing. Oh, the MegaCon, y'all met and Cesar couldn't make it. I'm sorry, I'm laughing or smiling. Cesar, I know it's a serious topic. You had a heart attack, but it's like
in the bed having a heart attack. He's like, fucking Cesar, man. This guy didn't.
It's because you're here. I'm glad you're here, brother. I really do. I was really worried about you, but they met together. You could have been part of the crew.
I could have been part of the crew, but my heart said "fuck you." So that So, okay, you do.
It pooed, right? It just pooed out.
My heart on you. Pooed.
So
my heart pooed out. Thank you, Dad.
Marat, we just talked about it a little bit. What else do you want to promote or talk about? I know you just moved from Austin to Las Vegas, so congrats on that.
Yeah. But I'll tie it in. Tomorrow, Clam McDonald Comics on their Facebook. We're gonna go live and we're gonna drop a brand new Pooh exclusive, dropping on at Clam McDonald tomorrow. And it's a Ghostbusters parody. So tomorrow. So a little frozen Pooh for you tomorrow.
Pooh Busters, huh? All right.
Yep.
That's gonna be fun.
Yep. a little frozen poo, and so we got that going on tomorrow. Obviously, I'll be at WonderCon with Sean, and I'll be at C2E2, and a lot of cool stuff with a lot of cool, cool retailers. And next week I'll start on Greg's next poo. So there you go.
Oh, Greg, yeah, Greg's supposed to be making the poop, but go ahead, Greg, go ahead and promote. I know you got your I Like Collectibles page.
Yeah. If you guys want to give me a follow at I Like Collectibles on all socials, got pretty much every platform across from Whatnot to eBay to TikTok to YouTube. Give me a follow at I Like Collectibles, ilikecollectibles.com.
TikTok while it lasts. You know, you never know what happens.
Very true.
And it's crazy because TikTok was honestly, a lot of these smaller indie people have been selling on TikTok, and I've been seeing a lot of them sell books. I've seen some pool books being sold on TikTok. I mean, I shit you not, it's crazy how what that book's on here. That's cool. I thought it would be some random books, but they have. There was a guy that I follow, something I love comics or something, and he was selling some random stuff, and then he put out a couple of Do You Poo books, and then he pulled out some Golden Age books. I'm like, this was a random ass fucking show. So that was cool watching. But TikTok, it's crazy. But now it's gonna go bye bye. Caesar.
Yeah. So I want to give a shout out to Greg. So, Greg, I wanted this book and this game
Cartridge,
and from my youth, and I hit up Greg, and Greg has an eBay store. Go on his eBay store. I think he goes by I Like Collectibles, right, Greg?
I do.
And he has all this old shit that us old guys, and I'm looking at you, Marat, that we used to play when we were younger. And he hooked me up with this. And Greg, I sincerely want to thank you for that. So go to his eBay store. So you can follow me on right here, The Real Dracula's Wolf. I've been doing a lot of voiceovers lately for Instagram Reels and now promotions for people's businesses. They want a voiceover. I've been promoting that. So Sean, Marat, if you guys ever want a voiceover, I got your back.
in a world full of pools.
Yeah, I could definitely do that in a world full of pools. Yeah, I could definitely do all that for you guys. And I get people say, "Hey, use a voice changer." I'm like, no, you moron. But thanks, guys. What a fun show. You guys are fantastic. You guys are creative. We support it. Fuck AI. We will never have anything to do with AI on here. And we love all you guys for what you do. We will forever, as long as we're on this show, we're always going to be backing up your artists. And this is great. So thanks, guys, for showing up.
Thank you very much, Marat, Sean, Greg. As always, next Wednesday we have our show again, 8 p.m. In 2 weeks, we'll have our 1-year anniversary show with the girls. We're all going to talk about movies. What movie were we supposed to watch, Cesar?
Oppenheimer, and you guys were supposed to watch. They were supposed to watch Aquaman.
Oh, I already saw that one already.
But wait, Oppenheimer, I don't know.
There's movies that you don't watch, Marat. What was it? What are the kind of movies that you don't watch with Mandy? There's some certain scary movies.
No, she's really into all the ghost story stuff. I'll watch it. It's not my thing, but she loves it, and we both of us don't really do musicals much. Like neither one of us are into those, so we don't really watch those. I'm still. I think I'm actually more excited about watching Barbie than she is. So.
I think that's what she said. Didn't you go with your mom or her mom to the movies?
We saw Oppenheimer. That's
Oppenheimer.
Andy's mom and I went to see Oppenheimer. Yeah.
Because Shannon and Mandy were gonna do a show of all, a show talking about y'all, all the movies you guys hate watching with them. So that it was gonna be a whole show about that. So just giving you a forewarning.
It's not my thing. Like if I walk up and what do you watch one of those ghost movies, I'm like, I'm going in the other room. Like,
So. With that being said, guys, next week we will have. Oh, Sean Huckadu's here. What's up, brother? We're just talking about you in the beginning of the show. And Manny just jumped back on too. Next week we have Matthew from Glopple, and we have Lawrence Lee from
Comic Capsule.
The Comic Capsule. So if you don't know what that is, we are going to bring that up. They have a new Kickstarter or a new backing, I think a black one. We're going to show that off. We like to promote as much as we can. So we're going to have both of them on next week. So tune in. And then in 2 weeks, we have our 1 year anniversary. Hopefully by then we hit 29K. We should, and hopefully we can see a Cesar poo. That's going to be interesting.
It's coming.
It's going to go right here, Marat, right here.
It's happening. It's happening, Cesar.
Not here, right here. Because I don't mind moving Sabretooth. I'm just saying.
That's a classic. But I'll take its spot.
Which one should I move? I can move one of these. Maybe the one way up there. What?
We'll figure it out.
It won't. Yeah, Marat. We'll get together. We'll figure it out.
It has to be in the frame because if not, what happens if it's not in the frame, Marat? Does he send it back to you?
I told you I'm going to check on random shows and it'll be like a challenge, and I'll make him pan over and go, "Where's the book?" And if it's not on the wall, there's going to be trouble.
Shit! Hey, you don't want to fuck with Marat because then he's making you do your poo. It'd be a meme all over again.
To me taking a shit, something like that. Yeah, great.
Reading the book, maybe.
Holding my heart.
Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you guys for showing up and having a good time with us. Thank you, Greg. I can't wait to see what else y'all gonna come up with together. Marat, thank you very much. Sean, thank you very much. Cesar, learn how to read. With that being said, guys, see you next Wednesday.